Hey gamers. Anyone there? Ahoy? Hello? Hey gamers. How's it shaking? Hello. Mental health spiral.
Today.
Excuse me. Thanks for the Twitch sub. Oh shit. Thanks for the 56 months potatoes. There you go. Oh god, I'm in the bit in the dark, aren't I? Oh, it's bright. Oh. All right. Hello, Donut Sessions, Roth, Linley, Potatoes, Nick, Sessions, Maya, Sessions, Nick, Linley, Waste. Mental health spiral. Have you been taking your vitamin D tablets? Tests on Wednesday, you're turning 16. It's a busy life. You sound like you've got a busy time. Have you managed to take a break yet, Roth? Can you take a break? You have been. No. Take 5 minutes for yourself. Make a tea. That works. I'm on an angle. Hang on. Oh. Working out is meant to help with all dopamine and stuff. God, this light's so fucking bright. You have 2 tests tomorrow. Can you rest after tomorrow? We were all young at some point, I think, for the most part. People can relate to that. Hey, Session. All right. It's the streamer in the dark. All right, you can see me in the screen, right? I've had a haircut, by the way, and a beard trim. Small beard woolen. I'm young now, so I can relate. Exams? Pfft, all the time, am I right? Fellow youths? You spawned in like a Quake entity at age 18. One of those self-learning ones, huh? Classic. For a second you thought someone was in your apartment, but it's just one on your laptop because you didn't close the stream since yesterday. Dude, I've done that. I've like shat myself because I've left a YouTube stream on. Or a Twitch stream, and like I've heard like a voice talking, and I've been like, "Who's that?" It's me. Relax on Wednesdays and hang out with your friends. Look forward to that then. It's only a few days away. It's 2 days. Easy game. Whenever young, you popped into existence at 20. Did you go to the barber or did you do it yourself? It was Chris. You can watch a different video of Chris cutting my hair on my YouTube channel. Anyway. Welcome back. I can't see myself because I've got 50 things on my side monitor today. So we're back in WouHou. If you remember correctly, last time I spent 2 hours complaining. And then the stream before that, we spent like 2 hours complaining. So what we've done, right? I'm doing a collaborative project where I'm not doing that. The collaboration is with you, Chad, so you don't have to listen to me complaining. You remember Horribly Wrong? Hell yeah. This is the wrong folder. This is my own project, Donut. There you go. I'm already throwing you for the loop. So this is like a shell I made the other day, and I think I like copied something in. I think this is it. Yeah. This is like a shell project. It has nothing in it of value. You can even see, I think it's got Donuts like Game Chat and stuff in it. I just wanted to like chuck a couple files in a folder. But then Donut said, stop. All right. He said, stop. He pulled out a gun and he told me, don't touch a keyboard ever again. And that's why we're playing Osu instead. No, just kidding. He sent me a different project, which I can do, which I've got here on the side, which you can't see, but I can temporarily switch the camera to. WouHou example. This? I don't know if I've got you on the right thing. This maybe? Oh, shit. Okay, well, it doesn't matter. Explorer.exe? Window title must match? Dude, just... whatever, it doesn't matter. I'll put it back on what it was. He sent me a project, an example project. You can send links, of course you can, yeah. So you can see chat. Look at that file Donut just posted. It's a HTML web file. It probably won't... You know what? At your own discretion, click on links in Twitch chats. I would block him, personally. Never talk to him again. It's a big zip bomb. I opened it and my computer got flooded with viruses. Anyway. There you go. This is an empty project I made. I've set it up with Git. I don't know if Git shows a bunch of credentials when you launch it through the console, so I'll be doing it through a different terminal, because I don't bloody remember. And it blocked message. Hang on. CD projects. CDC. CD projects. Alright. You can't see what I'm doing. That's okay. Alright, cool. So I have successfully got this folder that you're looking at with nothing of value in it. Like, really just nothing, just folders. I've got it set up in a nice fresh Git project, and we're just going to be slowly going through, starting again, and just doing it properly. You, in fact, can't see what I'm doing. It's because there was nothing. I was just going to a folder in a terminal. There's nothing for you to see. Anyway. Donut sent me this stuff, so I've got like an example game header file here, which is, this is obviously not the right thing. But I'll be slowly going through this and implementing it into this empty project, so we can see how that example project he sent works, and then how we're going to move on from that. Pokemon added a cute fairy lady with a giant hammer and you love it. It's not the one with shark teeth, is it a different one? You love terminals, well that's okay. Anyway, I think I can... I don't know if I can get rid of most of this stuff, but it would be nice if I could. I don't want to do desktop capture. I think that's like freaky. But maybe it does make most sense for this. No. You should restart. Yeah, so we are restarting. The first thing we need to do... God, it really would make more sense if I could just show you this. Are you sure you want to paste? No. You want to replace some of the ones in the new example? Yeah, hang on a mo. Maybe I can just show you like a... I just want to show you this window, actually. Hang on, give me just 1 second, chat. Add. Window capture. VS Code 2. WouHou example. Alright, I think this works. I think. Maybe? I think you see this, right? Again, I've got very little space on this side. Oh, there we go. I've made it bigger. Alright, I don't know how well you can read that, so I'll make it bigger. This... Oh, it's on top of me, isn't it? That's fine, I'm not important. Alright. This is the donut project I've just been talking about. Okay. He's nicely set up. Build folder does not matter. For once. Isn't that great? I'm pretty sure I could delete this. I hope I can delete this donut. That would be nice. Nice little like folder structure for some data. Yes, you can. Isn't that great? You can actually delete the build folder and it won't break everything. He's chucked a bean.png in here for good old times, which is fantastic. Anyway, the most important stuff, the real juice, is these files down here and these dependencies. So, if you remember the complaints from before, chat, we had to like manually include some DLL files and move shit around and install libraries just to get it to build. This file, he sent me like a zip. I hit like build and run, and it runs the exe. Like I can add this window right now. Do you see this shit? This ran like straight out of an empty folder. Check that shit out. Isn't that incredible? The rabbit's gone. Oh god. Yeah. So this is bean.exe Mark II, I suppose. Fantastic stuff, right? You love only seeing wooden neck. Oh, fuck's sake. Sorry, I had it in studio mode. There you go. Here you go, chat. Do you see this? I think you see this. You might want to fix that OpenGL error. Yeah, I'll have a look at it. Sorry, I've been a streamer for like 10 years. You'd think I'd remember this stuff, but yeah. This is this, running nicely at frame rate cap. I don't know if there's more. Oh, you can move the donut around and... Yeah, I don't know what other stuff is going on. 3D rotating bunnies. The most important parts are the beans and not just this delicious gummy. I'll fix it for you, and you can just update the commit hash in the dependencies folder. That's incredible. So yeah, this is the project that we were able to build by copy and pasting someone else's code. So that we want to get to that point. And this is the project I've just been talking about. So there's some... I think these shell scripts just say like build. Yeah. I don't know what... I don't know why you've called them in scriptum. Is that Swedish for scripts, build scripts? Have you done a little cheeky localization? As for the web build, okay. I mean, I guess I can leave the web build in. It's not evil, is it? Or have you taken out the web build thing? It's a WebAssembly tool compiler toolchain. Should I yeet those out then? I feel like I probably don't need those, huh? Anyway, this is the CMake list. This is the juice. So in here, Donut and I tirelessly chatted, explaining what most of the stuff in the CMake lists do. So I think I'm slightly more qualified now to look at this than last stream. You can use them, but they only work on Linux. I'll gut them. I want this to have as little as possible that's not necessary for me. And if we need to re-add them later, I think we can. But yeah, so we'll be reading through this stuff, chucking it in that empty project I just showed you. I guess I can delete a lot of this. Anyway, this dependencies folder is juicy. It lists all the libraries we've got, and it runs is it CMake script? It runs some code to basically like download it, make it available for the exe. It's some good shit. And then the rest of it, I'm not sure to what extent we care. There's the source. So he also has packed SDL in a nice little wrapper for us. So it's not SFML anymore, it'll be SDL. And just to keep things friendly for now, so we can make some process, or so we can actually progress with WouHou, instead of being trapped for like 6 weeks learning SDL, he's made a nice little wrapper library, which might be, I'm assuming it's public, right? Other people can probably download this, right? Why not? Just a nice little wrapper. Yeah, libdonut, there you go, chat. Nice little wrapper just to make it friendly, so you can just hop on right on in and draw a sprite to the screen or whatever. But we'll be running through this in a minute. I just wanted to show you all this because you won't see this again. I'm hiding this now. I think that's what's important. Basically, we can just hopefully delete the build folder. Maybe. I don't know if I have anything running that necessarily needs it, or if I can just delete it. Oh, I didn't like that. Apparently I need... I'm not going to delete it, because apparently I need... Sorry, my brain is being melted by this music. It says I need admin ability to do that, so I'm not going to delete it. I don't know why it needs admin. Will this be as agonizing as last time? No. Hi, Ice Block and Monkey. So, let me get rid of this for you. Which one is it? VS Code 2. Bonk. Here we are. Alright, this is what we'll be looking at. Much neater, right? Sorry, I just need to reset up my side screen. I want to have like Twitch chat readable, and I also need this window I just showed you to be there, and I'm gonna need to put some like music on that doesn't flood my brain. I'm gonna put on some Dematory. It's a slight change in genre, but I hope you don't mind. Forgive me for putting on nice rock music or metal or whatever the fuck Dematory is. So yeah. We all good? You can see the empty project, right, chat? I'm covering my own screen with this YouTube video. Alright, so let's get started. The first thing I'm going to do is delete anything unnecessary from this empty project I made. So we can just get rid of some of these C++ files. I was just kind of messing around with some source folders. Something which really annoyed me last time was how like poorly organized the project was. But, so I'm hoping to just sort of split things up a little bit better this time. If you want, by the way, I can always raise and lower the audio on the stream. I'm not certain what's a good volume. Anyway, let's try and make the CMake lists over here. I'm going to empty that. I'm going to grab the CMake lists from Donut's thing. I'm going to go through it in little chunks. So this is what we've got. I'm going to go through it and try and explain hopefully what it does, or at least what I assume maybe it matters. I'm assuming this just sets the CMake version that's going to be used. And then next, we set up the CMake... Is it CMake project, perhaps? I'll be honest, I won't know what sets the name of the project. Yeah, that seems fun. Don't forget the dependencies folder. Yep, don't worry, dude. I've even got one set up here. But we'll be going through that as well, just to make sure things are there that are necessary and unnecessary things are taken away. So yeah, we can set up the project name, version. I guess I could use semantic. Is it semantic versioning or the one where you just set it as the date? But we'll just stick to main post patch or whatever. C++. Project description. We'll actually call it the big rebuild. The big rebuild, just like that. All right. Build shared libs, I believe. Donut said was to do with making a. Perhaps you turn this on. Build them as shared libraries. Can you turn this on to distribute the DLLs separately, perhaps? I'm not entirely sure what this one does. Build shared lib. This is just a flag, I think. It doesn't do anything by itself, but this will be used later. I guess I can read it, actually. Forgive me. We'll get back to this in a minute. Set threads prefer pthread flag on. Prefer performance thread? I'm not entirely sure either. I mean, I guess I could Google. Maybe it even mouses over. You can see I've also got a few more extensions in VS Code running. I've got this nice, not solarized, what's this? Grovbox, because someone posted it on Discord and I liked it. And CMake tools and clanged work nicely now, so I should be able to mouse over a lot of things to find out what they do. On means the app needs DLLs that are loaded when you run it. Off means it will build a static executable that only needs the Microsoft certificate. Oh, cool. Okay. So yeah, off, I guess, means that this just makes one exe, right? Plonk. And on would mean that it will be the exe plus all the DLL files next to it. If I've got that right. Find package thread required, I think Donut said was to make sure that threading's enabled or something? No. I think I missed that. I thought it was to, like, you said there was some issue where some versions of the compiler might not have the right threading library or something. C runtime, not certificate. Oh, I see. Oh, yeah, mate. Thanks for the tier 2 and 18 months. There you go.
How is this WouHou in current year 2022 Walla Walla?
That's right, Yoma. Welcome back from your fever dream. You know what? You get 2 headphones for tier 2. You've come back from your fever dream. You've come back to hell. Welcome back. Do I sound more confident, chat? 'Cause I hope I do. That was the point. I refuse to bash my head against a wall for 2 hours, chat. I'm going to bash my head against a wall for 6 instead, but just later on. It's fine. Anyway, add subdirectory dependencies. That's the important shit, alright? This dependencies folder is where that magical DLL auto-downloading and building bullshit goes on. Oh, not building, but you know. Auto-downloading and linking works. So we need this. Super important. Sexy kakui red chicken. Dude, that is kakui. I've always thought it was purple, though. Do we to make I can make the on-screen chat a little bigger, if you want. Anyway. Add executable. WouHou. So this is, I presume... Are we calling the executable WouHou, I guess? Like the variable name in here. Like if this was a shell script, that would just be a var, I guess. We're making a variable... Oh yeah, we actually spoke about this. This is where you add all the other C++ files, right? So as we add more, we'll add them in here. So, you know, we'll add like networking and then cheaters networking or whatever. I don't know. We'll do this in here, I think. So this is the dependent. No, this isn't the dependency. What was this called? This is the main target, I think. I think this is a target. You can tell I'm not actually reading this out of chat, can't you? Because the thing above me is this comes in as I see it. So you can tell when I say targets because I actually remembered it and not just because Donut wrote it. How about that, chat? It's like in an exam, you're showing your works. What the hell, am I right? Yeah. In this new project, you only need the Donut entity and format folders as dependencies. I'll look at the... I did see your README for Donuts on GitHub said that it included a bunch of these dependencies by default, so I'll have a peek at those as well. Usually just copy some other project C makes and change it a bit until it works. My brother. Alright. Target compile features means we want to use C++ standard 20. Make sure to wear protection to avoid getting that. Very funny joke, am I right? Anyone else ever thought about standard? No? Alright. Moving on. We have more compiler options. So these are for the different compilers, or some of the different compilers that could potentially get used. We have the GNU compiler, Clang, and the Microsoft one. All of them have their own weird bullshit that Donuts explained to me. So I guess, are we saying that the standard library is the C++ one? Windows Extra, Windows All, some of this stuff I'm not 100% on. He did explain, perhaps. He said that basically everyone starts the project with these, I think. I remember asking, like, how did you find these out? These seem so weird. But apparently it's just, like, quite standard. Pedantic, I think, is... Is it pedantic plus error, or just... Does pedantic means it flags error warnings as errors? And does errors mean it doesn't let you compile if there's an error? No, that sounds wrong. Some combination... Everything that starts with W is to do with warnings. Warning all, warning extra, warning pedantic, warning error. So I think warning error means that it considers warnings as errors. Pedantic probably means it picks up on some weird bullshit. Like trailing... I don't know if it counts as trailing spaces, but... That sort of shit, maybe. Pedantic stuff. Like maybe naming. Maybe it doesn't let you name something. Shadowed, maybe. I don't know. If you're running in debug, so I think this little $sign, I'm presuming is a CMake variable, if I remember. Perhaps. Am I remembering that? Like if we're in debug, add -G. If we're in release, add 03. Maybe it's an optimization thing. Minimum size with debug info. No, these are the different build versions, I think, actually. Ignore what I just said. These are the different flavors. I don't know what they're called in C++, but in Android you have different build flavors. If you debug 1 or release 1, a minimum size release, and release with debug info. And they all have different little tags at the end. So I guess this is just debug, like everything. This is probably super optimized release. Minimum size is somewhat optimized, but maybe faster to build. Maybe, I don't know. And with debug info, or maybe this has a little bit of debug info. No, minimum size release. Maybe it just makes everything small, but takes forever to build. I don't know. I don't know what min size would relate to. With debug info, I'm assuming it's just like, it's like a beta build. Like it's functionally released, but you've still got some debug flags set, so you can get maybe console printouts and maybe even a debugger, I don't know. Generator expressions. Pedantic is just some extra warnings. W error turns stuff into warnings. Your favorite flag is fun safe math optimizations because it's fun and safe. Hang on. No. Variables look like things with a curly braces name, like writing in a string in Kotlin, I suppose. Generator expressions look like $, and then triangles. Okay. Expression value. So this is a generator expression saying that there is an expression called config with a value of release, perhaps. So maybe. Anyway, we'll move on. We're going to do what we're doing. Target link libraries. WouHou private. Oh shit. Don't ever talk about my WouHou privates. Target link libraries. Specify... Oh, this is useful. Specifies libraries or flags to use when linking a given target and or dependence. So WouHou is our target from before. This will make our exe. We're adding all WouHou dependencies, of which... I don't know where this is coming from. Maybe this is being pulled out. Here, we are adding the subdirectory dependencies, and in here we'll have a CMake lists. Whoa. So perhaps in there we'll have a WouHou dependencies flag or something. I don't know if I see that. We'll come to that. Oh, it comes from the dependency subdirectory. Let's go, dude. I'm so smart. Alright. Jokes aside. You can tell I've been listening. It's only in the new version though. Yeah. Okay. If build shared libs, so this flag from before, then so if we do want to build them, then we actually want to make a bunch of DLLs, perhaps. CMake DL libs. Yeah. Target WouHou. Yep. post-build. Don't know if that means after build necessarily, but build related. Copy if different, so if it's not been modified, copy it over, otherwise leave it as is. And check the dependencies for Donut, FMT, and WouHou. Well, Donut and FMT, I guess, it'll be the only ones it would copy out of these. I'll need to delete some of these, I guess. And then I guess file dir at WouHou is surely not the entire directory, right? This project structure isn't exactly the same as what you've done. Regardless. Why as needed? Thoughts on this chat? Dude, you can wee all you like, brother. I won't stop you. GNU install dirs. Define GNU standard installation directories. I guess maybe this is more of a Linux thing. Provides install directory variables as defined by the GNU coding standards. Oh, maybe not. Maybe this just means build slash build. Slash build slash bin? Or just slash build? CMake installed there. Target file WouHou gets the directory that the WouHou executable lives in. Alright. No, wait, where was that? Target WouHou. What was I reading that from? Oh, here we go. So, okay, fair enough. Install the GNU stuff, whatever. Set target properties. CMake install, archive output, library output, runtime output. Targets can have properties that affect how they're built. Cool. Archive output. This is where the build archive output artifacts target files. This is where archive target files are built. Okay. Library is for libs, I suppose. Runtime is maybe for runtime libraries, my guess. Hey, Manuel. It looks like the indentation on the if statement might not have been copied correctly. Oh shit, does indentation matter? Hang on. I guess it must, right? Is there a... I have F10 on my... I have manually bound F10 in Xcode and Android Studio to run the auto liner, even though it's like the little caret I in like Xcode and some other... I think the Android binder was shit for that. Is there like an auto file? I'll probably need to install a plugin for that, right? Is there a CMake plugin? CMake tools. Do you not have like a file? Oh, maybe not. Not in a passing sense, but easier to read. Okay. You're looking into a foreign language and it's fun looking at letters. Hell yeah. GD artist with no clue in closed programming. We're learning together. Hopefully I'm making a better explanation than last time, chat. Do you feel that? Let's have like a one-on-one, alright? You don't get to talk to me much, chat. Not these days. Never since I became so popular and started talking with my friends instead. Stupid chat. Oh shit. Anyway. I feel like I'm explaining this better than last time. We were just basically poking around in the dark. So that's CMake lists. We can save that, I think. The big rebuild. I think I've copied that over. I mean, just to be sure, we can just... It works, right? We can just copy and paste it over. We know what Donut's done is right. We just need to remake this to the big rebuild. There we go. I don't think I changed anything else in particular about this, so we'll leave it. Anywho, there's that. Maybe I can get rid of these. I mean, this is like a convenience shell script. Although, run Linux release, build Linux release, run. You don't seem to have the run ones in this. You can remove those, yeah. I mean, it's just a convenience, but I'll be honest, it shows my ignorance. I didn't know the command prompt didn't run shell scripts. Good thing I found that out now, I suppose. Build and debug. So yeah, it's just a little convenience, I suppose. I mean, I've got git bash open, right? I'm pretty sure I could just run this through git bash. Have we been working on WouHou a lot lately? We've done 2 other streams. The first one we were reading through the source code and looking at the old files from the old WouHou and reminiscing and having a good time. That was fun. The last stream, I tried building those files. And we got stuck for 2 hours because we didn't press the plus button properly. Oh, sorry. The play button. So that was cool. So we're rebuilding. And we're making it neatly. Anywho. Git bash is not the Windows command prompt. I know. But I will be using git bash because I don't want to use command prompt. You're joking, Yoma, but that is what we were stuck on. We were trying to build. We had other people in chat, like, why wouldn't it build? Why? I don't understand. We were switching to VS Community. I was on my own. It was sad. Maybe fun. Maybe it was funny to watch. Who knows? You're all quite weird sometimes. Anyway, I don't know why this specifically says Linux build. I think this is a bit different to this. Why have you done this? Go to build or leave. Oh, I guess this stops it from... This forces it to only work in this folder, I guess. You split it into 2 lines. Well, you say and or exit 1. I'm assuming this means if there isn't a build folder to cd into, it just closes with an error code of 1. That's the only difference. My brother in Christ will include it. My God, I will include it. Why not? Sorry for ruining your line formatting. I didn't mean to offend. I will, however, rename it from Linux because I think it's self-explanatory if it's a shell script that you need to run it in a shell. Apparently I didn't know, but I think I would have worked it out after it didn't work, probably. So just for like my sanity's sake. What was it, F2? Build, debug. F2. Build, release. Nice and easy. Cool. Git ignore. Is this my... Did I set this up? Did I copy? I must have copied this from yours. Because it's good. I want to set up a git ignore. I don't want to copy over all my useless stuff. We have .vs code here. I guess you had some Visual Studio and some cache stuff. Don't need to copy the build folder. Don't need to copy bin. Is there a bin testing? CMake lists.text.user. Would this maybe have credentials in it? Or is this user settings, perhaps? This might have like my computer's folder structure in it. Is this... Don't include any folder that starts with a hash? What folders are these? When would this happen? Is there a repo for this project? I have made a clean, brand new repo. It's a new project. It's the same name and the same goal and everything, but it's functionally a new project. Some Linux text editors that use those for temp files. I'll leave them in. Why not? Not including logs and screenshots, that's fair. I haven't even made those bloody folders, but why not? That seems nice. Time to make a pull request. The config scripts are needed if you're going to build from the terminal because they make the build folder and run remake. Configure scripts. Wait, hang on. Configure Linux. That's not how you say that word, is it? We'll just call it. Wait, let me name it differently. Make directory build, and then try to go into build, and then run Ninja in there. Yeah, configure's fine. Can I not call it configure CMake or project? I guess it's involved. I feel like this needs to be named something that makes it clear that it's important, like the first step. Like build, like not build, like found it, no. Setup. Initial setup. I mean, configures... Seems like it makes it sound like it's applying options, but all it does is run CMake. Important, dude. Now, how about importance? Initial setup. I mean, initialization, init project. Because you might have Americans that read initialize and think, damn. And actually, you know what? I like initialize. Heck you, donut. I'm already breaking. I'm breaking the mold. A lot of C projects will have a script that's just called configure for the same purpose. Shit. I can't break. Oh. Nearly outed myself as a non-Linux user for a second there. Ugh. What an idiot. Alright, whatever. We found out together that... Yeah, together, maybe? Ninja works on Windows, apparently, or like it was working fine. So it was really quick. So we're using that now instead of... What were we using? Clang? No. What did I have before? Was I using the Microsoft one? MS Build, yeah. A lot of C projects won't work, therefore you should break yours. Correct. What is /configure? The world may never know. There you go, brother. Alright. What else in here might be unimportant? Clang format, clang tidy, clang d. So, these, I'm assuming, are more preferences for, yeah, checks. Is this like my linter, basically? Am I using this as a linter right now? Like clang tidy, are these a bunch of flags that I could keep or could get rid of? So like if I don't know, if I force some number and call it, I don't know how it would tell if it's a magic number, but you know, say I'd like hard-coded some number. Would this prevent that? Non-private member variables in class. Does this force you to make all member variables private? I don't know. I don't know if it's just a linter, but I guess warnings are errors with this, so the project won't build with that flag enabled with these problems. Hey, Dip. So it forces you to do it properly. Because programmers like nothing more than being forced what to do. That's right. Well, the ones with at the front are disabled. Oh, not but the one with the slash. Oh, I see. Okay. So we don't... Okay, that makes more sense. Are these all the checks possible? Or are these all the checks... Are these the checks that we really care about and the ones that we really don't want? Like, maybe we hard code some these, or maybe we have some C arrays or macro usage. They really don't want using macros, huh? No recursion? How bad's recursion in C++ that you'd need a flag for it? Is it just like it's a real headache on the old stack? How does recursion work in C++? Because the issue with Java is you just end up yeeting more and more shit on the stack over and over and stacking it up, stacking it up, stacking it up. Bum, 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 bum. No worse than other languages, it's just bad in general for performance. That's fair. But recursion's fun when you get it working, isn't it? Oof, that old binary tree. Whew. You still use it. How are you going to be doing your breath first search? That's why the warning's disabled. Fair. A lot of questionable flags. What do you dislike in here? Explain. So, oh wait, the top ones add everything and the minus ones delete some that you don't like. Recursion faster sometimes? I don't know. Modernize avoid C arrays. Does this force me... Does this not let me just write like a... Oh, I don't know what the... I don't know what a C array looks like, I'll be honest. I have no fucking idea. Does this force you to use an actual, like, collection object? Like a vector or whatever, I don't know. Whatever. Warnings as errors... Oh, I'll just go with them. Without it, it'll complain about using arguments to main. Okay. Hey, Fettuccine. This is code. This isn't code. Look, it's a funny dog. Hang on, I need to quickly be funny. Dog. Hang on. I need to... I can't lose chat right now. Alright. This is a good one. There you go, chat. Whew, nearly lost him. Forgot I'm meant to be streaming. I'm not just coding. People need to be entertained. Entertain the chat. Funny laugh. Are you laughing, chat? Are you entertained? Alright. Alright, I got him back. Whew. Nearly lost them for a second there. Alright. Just chuck this in here. Rainbow! Dude, that's cute. Alright, there you go. Oh my god, there's a lot of dogs. Let's go. Because this is the release script. Chat, this is the release. This is the script for releasing it. Oh my god, I'm so fucking smart. Oh, dude. Oh, it's so fucking good. I can even maybe print this to the console. That would be good. The code is perfect. You know the insert key? I don't know where it was on my keyboard. I don't know if I have an insert key. I have a pigden. Insert. Yeah, it's function Y. There you go. Boris, my beloved. There you go, chat. We'll put one in debug as well. Like a little flies. Dude. Oh, yeah. I think I've... Oh god, I've really fucked it up. Alright, that works. Thank you, chat. Do you like it? Sorry. Anyway. Clang format. A line after open bracket. I mean, this is just a bunch of, like, code structure stuff, right? I might need to adjust some of these if something gets really annoying. But for now, I guess we leave it. For each macros... Big fan of dog. Pointer alignment. Alright, whatever, we leave it. The Clang files I don't care about. Should I copy them from your new project just to be sure that they're up to date? Oh shit, you deleted one line. What doesn't he like anymore? I can't tell. Clang format. He's changed something. Clanged. Oh, do I not need a clanged anymore? Can I get rid of it? No, wait, this might be part of my extension. Yeah, okay, I'll leave that then. Oh, I should make sure that's in my git ignore. How do I do that? Just... I don't actually know git ignore too well off the top of my head. Oh, you can remove it, you said earlier. Oh, sorry. Alright. Whatever. Oh, I guess it would be star dot. It would be any file with that extension. Okay, whatever. I guess it's technically an extension, but whatever. We'll move on. I think that's all that shit. There's a bunch of inscription stuff that I'm ignoring. Source. We have game and a main, of which I'm not going to copy over yet, but those do exist. So we'll go source, game, we'll make a game.header. This isn't the easiest way to do that. Game.header. I guess I'm going to use HPP now. And application, I think. No, main. Oh, here we go. We'll delete this as well. And this is game.header, actually. This is incorrect. Main. No, wait, it is main.c++. Weird. Why is it main.c++? It's always main.c++. Why isn't it main.header? I thought you said everything could run in a header. What the heck? You could delete dependencies and replace it with a new one. I feel like I added a new one. I think I added one of them manually. But then that one might have been... Or maybe not. And... So you've got donut, entity, and format. What? Okay, I'm going to look at his GitHub. Give me a second. GitHub. Donut. libdonut. You can't see what I'm looking at, chat, but you can go on this URL and look for yourself. Give me just a mo. I just want to read the README. I can even paste the README in here so you can all see it, actually. Raw. Give me that. Raw README file. Alright. This is from his program, or his Git reply repo. This is what we're using right now for our wrapper over SDL to handle all our graphics and bullshit. We need to have CMake set up way ahead of you, and we need to have some compiler as well. Cool. Got that. Usage to do. Don't worry about it, Donut. I'll use it. Alright. Donut, yep, he's the author. I might need to distribute. I guess I should make a README, huh? That would make more sense. Configure.shell. My brother in Christ, he should be in here. Let's make a README. Text? I don't know. I don't know how the new file in this project works. I'll just do it this way. readme.mmarkdown. Oh, I could add a markdown editor actually, right? Or at least a markdown viewer. Or you need to write markdown. Well, I don't need to be that fancy. Markdown paste image into WouHou OSS store. Why does this have so many downloads? What is this? Why is this so popular? It'd be a lot easier if everything in the same folder as the main... If everything is in the same folder as the main Git repo. Don't worry. Get in it. Yeah, mate. What the fuck is WouHou OSS store? Anyway, I'll just install this, I guess. It's probably fine. Can I just make like a header? Is this a split editor? Open preview? Oh, cool. Hello! WouHou project. That rebuild. By Woolen. Oh, whoops. By Woolen. There you go. Get in it. Alright, let's grab this shit that I just popped in main. Oh. Alright, let's have a look. What license am I being forced to use by Donut here? Wait, hang on. Why isn't this adding a new line? I thought you just need to put a bunch of spaces at the end. Maybe not. That's a quote, actually, isn't it? We'll call it this. Is that not a subheader? I think it is a subheader. I think that's just where my cursor is. Yeah. Alright, whatever. libdonut is under the MIT license. Well, I'm not distributing this right now, but do I need to include this? You need an empty line between headers. Alright. I don't know, this just looks odd to me. Alright, we'll just, maybe I'll have a thing for libdonut. No. Dependency. What did you call it? Oh, external libraries. I'm gonna call it dependencies, brother. Just the old cut of that. It's that easy to commit piracy. There's a copyright.txt in the new data folder you can use. Dope. This project depends on Live Donut by Donut the Viking chap. There you go. There's your fucking copyright, you snail. Donut. What's the little... Oh, it's just the name of it. If you distribute the copy in the application, it should be fine. That's how that works. I hate copyright. Thanks. Big ups, brother. There you go. Hey Beaver. Hey Negativity. Hey everyone. libdonut uses the following external libraries, each with their own usage. Copyright licenses. Follow their Twitters. There you go. Whatever. I think this is fine. Yeah. I thought there was a way to do a new line without a thing, but whatever. Is it just underscore? You haven't given it capitals, just libdonut. That's sad. Alright. Dependencies. I'll chuck that at the bottom, who cares? Setting up, because I'm going to forget this shit if I don't. Can I do Control B to embolden it, you reckon? I bloody well can. Brilliant. Setting up. Execute run configure dot 2. Run. Oh, actually, I should probably have 1. Ensure you have C++. Let me check what the fuck you wrote in your README. Hang on. You have a README somewhere, right? Don't forget the new line after the header. Hang on. Here we go. Don't forget the new line after the header. Some markdowns don't display. Yeah, I have like some weird like muscle memory of adding spaces after everything. Run configure.shell, run build debug.shell. I don't know if that's all that's necessary, or if maybe... Do I need to specify that you need to... What am I building this in? It has to be an actual new line. Oh, like this. Sure. That's fine. You bugged out one of your assignments, but you have to redo it. What the heck? You got called a weeb today by a classmate when she saw your phone background. I thought your phone background was a picture of me smiling. Sorry. I just flicked the old mic. Alright, so I can delete, based off this dependencies list, I can delete STB. I can delete so loud, delete. I can get rid of SDL2 because you're using SDL. Wait, hang on. Well, whatever. Schrift. Libschrift. iMath, I'm going to keep. Because I think it had some helpful functions. Like it had vector bullshit in it, right? Maybe I don't need that. Glad. Format. Yep. And entity. Entity is... I need to keep. Okay. Threads I'm going to keep as well. You don't need iMath. That was for Game Jam. Really? I looked at the Git for it. It looked kind of handy. Maybe I don't need it for... I don't know. It seems like this is quite a mathsy project, isn't it? It's a portable ISO-C that allows you to perform arithmetic on integers and rational numbers of arbitrary precision. While many programming languages provide arbitrary precision, C does not. Oh, I guess that's C. Does C++ have something? Does C++ maths just handle that? Okay, I'll cut that then. I don't care. Enough. So wait, just entity. And donut. Oh, I guess I need, yeah, donut. Alright. Oh, I can just copy the folder over from here. Donut. Entity, donut. Why do you have a CMake files, empty CMake files folder? No, wait, you don't. Yeah, you do. What's the empty CMake files for? Big integer and big decimal? My brother, that sounds like a Java library to me. Big decimal, classic. You have a big decimal. Alright. Java, big decimal, Java. The heap. We actually called that in the library, big decimal. Alright, let's check the CMake. So we've gutted that. We've gutted everything except the donut entity threads. Easy game. Wait, if I call it donut, does it... Dude, it auto-completes. What if I were to write doctor? No. My brother. Auto-completion. It's insane. They're like... Bzzzt. Ah, I see. Now you've put in language that I can understand. I didn't quite get big decimal, but... Bzzzt, I can get. R inserts in Vim. Dude, I've just been typing insert. Oh, hey, Tandium. Thanks for the raid. Hello. Thank you. Hello, Zoink. Bonjour. You want to remove threads because that's in the main file as well. Oh, okay. Sure. Oh, wait, hang on. Dependencies. Wait, hang on. You've got something called cmake install.cmake. Is that auto-generated? It'll be easier if you just copy the dependencies folder. No? Why do you have my... You must be looking at the build folder. Ah. Okay, I was going to say, why does this have my, like, computer's folder structure in it? Okay, fine. I'll just include your bloody folder. Wah, wah, wah. Delete, delete, delete. No, thank you for help. Alright. Fetch content. Donut entity format. WouHou dependencies. WouHou dependencies. Parent scope. Format. CMake lists. We're grabbing this Git repo with this commit tag, which is apparently version 9.1.0. We're yoinking that. Chucking that onto WouHou.exe. Perfecto. Donut. Oi oi. What's this formatting difference, Donut? Oi oi. You think I wouldn't notice that? You dits. What am I going to do with you? Where would you be without me? Probably quite rich. Hey everyone. You still need format because Donut doesn't have that as a public dependency. Alright. You didn't notice that yourself. Dude, that's why you need people like me. Smarties. Real smarties. Alright, anyway. Moving on. That's WouHou. Those are the dependencies. Source doesn't matter. Data has nothing in it. Assets has nothing in it. Clang format tidy I'm not going to touch because Clang frightens me. And if you say these work, then I trust you. There's... I mean, I could read them. Use auto. Poggers, brother. Git ignore. Fine. I don't know if there's anything else here I really need to get rid of. I guess I've made this VS Code one up. Is that going to be problematic? Like, I'm one folder up. You get me? Like, the VS Code is one... You see this? Like, there's a WouHou/WouHou folder. That might be problematic. Should I just move down here? I should just... Especially when you build later. Alright, you know what, brother? I'm gonna do a little bit what they call of reformatting. Can I rename this from within this program? All right, I'm gonna do open editors. All right, I'm gonna close this project temporarily. Watch out. Yes, save them. Boggers. All right, I'm gonna rename that. C project. I'm gonna call this WouHou project. You might want to use the files in the new VS Code folder. Yeah, don't worry. I'm gonna just quickly open that. You can't see this. Okay, it doesn't matter. Projects, WouHou project, WouHou. Oh shit, but my Git. Oh, I guess it doesn't matter what my Git is, does it? Open the folder. Oh, it's open file. Open folder. Projects, WouHou. Alright, we're now one deeper. Why not? I don't know if that... I don't know what is in the folder above that I'm really going to care about. Do I need to put my... Actually, I might need to put my git ignore one folder up. How does git ignore work? I feel like git ignore needs to be in the same area. Does git ignore works for every directory in this directory and below, right? So if I have a git ignore here, this should function fine for everything in these folders, I think, in these repos. Hi, Lich. Sorry if I keep saying hi. Yeah, my hair's gone. It's disappeared. Fail. Don't make each other fail. You should have your git project and git ignore in the same folder as the main folder, or you mean in the main folder, all the other stuff. So, hey streamer, hey. So I should move git down one. Can I do that? Wouldn't that'll break something, won't I? Or should I just re-init? I don't remember if I... Actually, I don't think this is set up with a remote. Hang on. Git push. Oh yeah, I just renamed it. Just move everything up. Why CMake? Why not? I don't know. I don't know a lot of C pre-builders. And this is the one that my sensei is using. Just move everything else up. All right, you know what, brother? WouHou, you're coming up. This is gonna freak some of you out. I'm sorry. Check this out. That's right. The folder's gone. It's gone forever. Open folder. C projects, WouHou project. Oh shit. Should I mention that you want to use AMD 64x86? This is release. Visual Studio Community. Is there a C destroyer for CMake exists? I hope so. C exists. I think this is fine. This is what we normally use. Go on, whatever. Chuck it in. Oh, it should be building, but it's building. I probably should have copied over your bloody folders. Your flatmate's in the shower, so you're stuck here. I'm sorry to hear that. Is it that bad here? Do you want me to put on some fun music for you? How about some nice, like, trumpet music? Royalty-free trumpet music. Just for you, Beaver. You seem like a trumpeter. This isn't trumpety. Actually, this is quite nice. This matches the, like, hipster fucking color scheme I'm using. This shouldn't build, I think. I guess it's just fetching everything. So you can see here what's just happened. I guess it's because I picked that I want to use this. I'm going to add that to the text because I'll forget if I don't. I'm just going to use this shit. If you're using VS Code, open the project as a folder and pick. Well, this is specifically on my machine. Note to Windows Chads. Visual Studio Community 2022 release, AMD 64x86. Also, good job looking handsome today. How did you shave? There you go. Whew. Hey, Small. Small, do you want to see something? It's really going to surprise you. Are you ready? Small, are you ready? Small, you there? Shh. Just a little cheeky bloat. Don't tell anyone. It's the build doggo. It's never not gonna make me laugh. Alright, sorry. Note for my fellow Windows users. In VS Code, use this. Why make it complicated? Why explain? Just say. Easy game, easy life. Happy waifu, happy lifeu. Alright, speaking of building them. Dude, this is some royalty-free tube music. I will forgive me though, I'm going to go back to my Toho music. Yeah! It's really quite different to the other music, isn't it? Nothing makes me want to run a CMake script like Dematori, huh? Yeah. Yeah. Alright. Can you hear me? Is the music way too loud? I don't know. It's some good stuff. Whew. Okay, anyway, when we loaded in here, I think it executed the CMake crap, maybe. Well, it seems to have created this. Executing command, cmake.exe, configuring folder. I don't exactly know why this auto ran, I'm going to be honest. But it did. And in that CMake folder, you can see it's downloaded all those bloody files we were talking about, all those libraries and shit. SDL. So loud. Cool. So yeah, it's made as a build folder. We never have to look at this again. This doesn't have to exist. We can delete it. What are they going to do? Not run? That was WouHou version 1 chat. You updated Live Donut to fix the OpenGL error. Dope, thanks, brother. So, if this works, I should be able to go in here, change this, hit save, and then it'll re-download them. Oh, do I need to change the comment to 0.3? Does the comment matter? It's just a comment, but I will, for your sake. All the WouHou music will be Woolen's sweet vocals doing 10 minutes of Ave Maria. Ave Maria. Right, there you go. That's all the singing you get, chat. Anywho, that's that. You can remove the comment as long as it's not wrong. You know what? I'll one-up you. Remember old WouHou? We had loads of these shitty little chat comments everywhere. It's great. That's going to be there in 5 years. I'm going to sell this to Microsoft and be a billionaire, and someone there is going to wonder what that is. If this comment is the wrong, the whole project falls apart. I mean, if this is wrong, the whole project falls apart, so you're not technically wrong. I'm playing with fire. Anyway, blah blah blah, VS Code. Why do your VS Code settings matter? Use IntelliSense to learn about possible attributes. So this is, let me just make a new file temporarily. This is launch.json. What does this do? Does this make a new... Oh shit. I just hit the build button. I don't know what that's going to do. Probably nothing. Yeah, okay. It contains some stuff that sets up the working directory when you run. But I'm not including VS Code stuff. Hang on, how's this different to this one? I guess I've only got settings.json. Your settings.json has a bunch of shit in it. Explain this to me then. Settings.json. So any file associations. It just says all this stuff is a C++ file. So if I happen to have a stream buff file, it'll open it as a C++. Perhaps. You've also got launch.json. How did you generate these? Like, why do you have these and I don't? This is Linux Grand de General Bist Bash. That's a Swift joke for any of my Swifters out there. Pigs are extremely cute, dude. I fucking love pigs. You wrote them. Oh my god. Let's go, brother. That's a joke for all my Grand General Dispatch friends out there. Oh, good night, Lutch. You just read the VS Code documentation. Oh my god. Alright, Donut. Before I just tactfully steal what you've done then. Explain. Name, launch, type, C++ debug, request, launch, bin WouHou, executable, args, GDB, what is GDB? Indicates the console debugger that my debug engine will connect to. Allowed are GDB and LLDB. I guess it's a debugger. Great debugger, probably. So this is for debugging. For the working directory when you run. Should I not include this on the Git then? This seems like it would be handy for other people to have. Register STL pretty printers. Ooh, a nice pretty printer. I love a good JSON pretty printer. The new debugger probably. Okay. I've done something with my foot, dude. I feel like some sharp pains. It may or may not work on their machines. How would you know this works on mine? Did you write this recently? Oh, now we know it works on yours. Fair. All right. CMake build. Okay, I don't quite understand that yet. Tasks.json. This maybe is a lot shorter. Feels weird adding stuff to a dot folder. I don't know. It feels odd. When I save, is there a save all? Control KS. Sure. Ba 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 ba. Like, is this version 2 because it's version 2 of your build script or whatever this is? Shell, CMake build, CMake. Oh. So this JSON represents opening a shell script called CMake build. The command it runs is CMake, which I guess means it runs the executable, like cmake.exe or whatever. With the arguments build, make the build directory, config, debug. Is this not just this? Wow, no, it's not. I mean, No, it's not. It's not that. You might have broken libdonut, so you won't build on Windows. Let me change that part back. Oh. How about we... Maybe it still works. Let's have a feature freeze on main branch donut. Let's have patches on a side patch. Just in case. You never know. I guess I might have to try and fix some of this stuff myself if that happens and make my own little patcheroo. Axolotl in the style of Wind Waker. That'd be cute. Alright, anyway, that's a bunch of JSON files that I don't fully understand, but I'm assuming this does, as I mentioned earlier, and associates these files in Visual Studio Code as C++. And launch? Is this at launch? Type CPP debug. Maybe at launch? Launch.json's when you press F5. My brother in Christ, that's handy useful. Well, let's try and build it. Yeah, let's see what happens. That's the debug. It did. This didn't like. It didn't like that. C projects, WouHou project. That's correct. /build. You change it back. Okay, yeah, do that. Well, I mean, you don't need to change anything. Can I not just go into the donut thing and just use the previous repo? Whatever it was. Why would you need to change it? You haven't overwritten your commit, have you? I can just do this. Then you won't get the OpenGL fix. Well, we can see if that was the issue. Like, if this builds... This doesn't build. Oh, it's looking for some shit that doesn't exist. Building... No, wait, this is in your folder. Well, this is debug. Maybe I need to build it first and then build it as debug? No. You'll assume it still works then. Okay. Maybe I'm still missing some stuff. So we've got dependencies done. Source doesn't matter quite yet. Clang format, tidy, git ignore. We've done. VS Code we've done. Cache I'm not going to copy from, obviously. Build up. So I think we're done, surely. Other than data has nothing in it. You've included... I mean, I can include these temporarily just to try and get the WouHou thing running, I guess. Alright. Let's, data. I don't know, do I want to do that? I could do that. Sorry, I'm talking and looking. I'll be honest, when I'm at work, I don't have a running commentary. I do normally just shut up for hours on end and think. So it's weird doing that and switching. He's got these data folders, which I'm thinking of temporarily including just to get it running. You'll need the new data folder. You know what? For you, Donut, I'll do anything programming related. That didn't work. Alright, whatever. Data, and then we just copy everything on the inside. I see you've included 3 fonts. Bit greedy, isn't it? Train of thought versus one streamer's mouth. My word. Noto emoji? Dude, I don't need this shit. Or do I? I want to see these emojis. Open this in File Explorer. These don't look like emojis to me. Get it running. What is this? Oh, it's like a ASCII font. I kind of like the idea of making one from scratch, but I guess using one that already works is fine. ASCII. I don't know, I kind of... Maybe it's completely stupid because it's efficient to write font out of a font file, but I kind of like the idea of having it as a sprite sheet. You didn't get the copyright file? I didn't. You're right. There you go. Just for you, Donut. Alright, we'll leave it for now. Okay, Mr. Donut. My sensei. We appear to be downloading things. Good old Yuyuko, brother. That is all of it except for the source, I guess. I mean, you know what? Yeah, no, I'll... It's more so you don't get sued by the other libraries. That's true. I don't want them suing me in my private project. That would suck. Unless? No, yeah, that's fair. For Donut's sake, I guess I'll include the main, but we'll be like yeeting shit out of it faster than you have any idea. So game.header he's got is this. So remember to do, delete a bunch of this. And main. But we'll read through this. This is to try and run the project. Maybe I need to run it specifically through this instead of F7. Git status cd ... ls. You can't see what I'm doing, so I'm reading it. I'm in a terminal. I'm just opening this folder in a terminal. I'm gonna run /build debug. Unknown target game. Did you mean all? Huh? Target game. Oh, this should be WouHou, right? surely. What did we call the CMake list? Should we not call this WouHou? I feel like we should. There's nothing in here that suggests the word game. I'm gonna try it. Yeah, it should be WouHou. Okay. Fatal error. Cannot open game.c++. No file or directory. Nice. Oops. Okay. Main. What is wrong in here? Include WouHou/game.c++. Should this be upper folder? Wait, what did you do in this project? Oh, you called this WouHou. Why did you do everything down a subdirectory? Is this a standard? Because I would mobile like game.header. That's that, isn't it? Maybe I need to build it for it to get rid of some of these errors. Yeah, okay. Alright, it's building. Let's just quickly try and see if it's built. That should mean we can debug. Unable to start debugging. Launch option string provided by the project system is invalid. Please specify the MIDI-bugger path option. Okay. So yeah, I guess this is good then. Okay, launch.json. MIDI-bugger is not on my machine, clearly. Where was that? Tasks? Launch. That sound, Linux user's worst nightmare. Doom. My brother. Okay. Oh, that's not the right. What's such... Dude, is there a command to have like an IntelliJ style search where I just double tap shift to switch between files? Or I shift alt F to search all? Because that would be comfy. I know we can go over here, but it's not as convenient. Oh, I need to install like the Windows power tools actually. Thanks for reminding me. Alright. What was the error again? MIDI-bugger or something. Oh, 64. Control P. Does this go between folders? Oh, my brother.
Control plus P is your friend.
Perfect. Thank you. Brilliant. I might rebind it to double tap shift if that's even possible. Why am I opening my phone? Thanks for the 64 months, that kid. That's a very nice multiple of 2. Here you go, brother. How are you doing? Koishi subscription? Yeah, he's up there on Koishi land, brother. This is when we bring the Koishi Fumo over. Stolen. Alright. You may have picked the Linux configuration rather than the Windows debugger. Can you switch back to the 0.3 hash? I think I do have that. CMake. That's not it. Donut. Oh, this is perfect. This is exactly what I need. Although Control P is really easy to mistype, so I might have to learn that. This looks like it. Commits. I think that's fine. 0.003. That is 3033. Yeah. Combo. Okay. What did you say? You might have picked the Linux configuration rather than the Windows VS debugger. Hang on. What does that mean? It's not this. It might have asked you the first time you pressed F5. Okay. Let's just see if it's one of these settings. Oh, launch Linux. Ah, perfecto. Launch.json. Ah, shit. My brother in Christ. Check it out, brother. Bean.c++ version 2. Music's about to drop, by the way. Just give it a few minutes. Wham. There you go, gamers. Epic. Bean 3D. Oh, how things have slightly progressed. Maybe. Epic. Honestly, nothing will ever compare to the bouncing, rotating beans, but I appreciate the background of beans at least. You feel emotions. See if I can get this rabbit's head inside this donut. Must be possible. This apparently is the carrot cake. I didn't know you made carrot cakes in this mold. There you go. This is the polished gameplay I'm looking for these days. Don't worry. What I'm going to create won't be nearly this good. But it's nice. You got some fucking, like, light bouncing off that cake. Like some fancy-ass shaders. You got this rabbit is rotating. He really, truly is. FPS counter. So you got some kind of game logic already set up I can steal. Cool. You have the bouncing, rotating beans on your hard drive somewhere. That's important. Don't lose that. It's an important relic. One day I'll be a billionaire and make loads off of everyone else's hard work. This is when the music starts getting scary. That's great timing. Even has normal mapping. That's what I was thinking of. I was going to say specular. That's not. Yeah, it's got little holes. Like, it looks like it has holes in it. Oh, yeah. Oh, brilliant shit. All right. So, now that this builds and runs, I'm going to do a classic old git. Git status. Git. Oh, shit. So it's going to add clang format, clang tidy, git ignore, cmake lists, build, debug, release, config, data dependencies, readme, source. Let's do git add all. LF will be replaced by CRLF the next time git touches it. Huh? Sorry, hang on. I can't read you. Did you get the OpenGL error in terminal this time? Oh. I don't know. Did I? I don't think so. Whoa! Sorry. Do not spill on Defumo. Blueberry juice! You can't see this, can you, chat? Oh my god, is this powdered sugar as well? Yeah. There you go, chat. Chris has bought me blueberry cake that she's been making. How long have you been making it? No, longer than an hour. 2 hours. You've been making this for a while. I'm going to take her word and just assume that this mysterious mix of icing sugar. Apparently it tastes like vitamin C. Brother, I love vitamin C. It's so healthy. Chat, do you remember when we made those cookies on stream back when I lived in Rotterdam? Do you remember that? We like painted everyone's cookies. No lemon drizzle. My brother. No waifs. Let's go. I eat food. I'm sorry, chat. That's even better than carrot cake. Partially chroma keyed plate, my beloved. It's actually a see-through plate. You've been tricked. The Swedish flag one, yeah. For once, it's actually transparent. I'm gonna eat a slice of this. It's like if a blueberry muffin was a cake. It's so good. Cake review. Soft, moist, warm blueberry. These are organic frozen blueberries, so they're like the good shit. Fresh as balls. Bloody hell. Sorry for anyone in chat that wants to watch programming and not this mukbang. Okay. Sorry, chat. I was excited. I was given cake. Okay. Eating with woolen. Oh my god, it's so good. Blueberries are so good in like cooked. Like cooked blueberries are so tasty. Hello, ADC underscore Al or AI? AI. Hey. You have a weird relationship with programming. You're a tech fanatic and you can't teach yourself coding. Even if you find it interesting, it's boring. It is boring at the start, but it's exciting when stuff works and you aren't expecting it to. Like when you're self-teaching and you're like, ah, oh, can't work out how a bloody array works, and then when it finally clicks, it's pretty exciting, I think. How much have you hammered on it? Making games is fun, yeah. You don't have to throw yourself in the deep end. Dip your toes. When I was younger, I used to spend a lot of time in Game Maker, which, like, at the very start, you can get away with, like, drag and drop, but you still learn all the stuff. You eventually move over to using, like, text code, but, you know, you learn the concepts of, like, variables and stuff. Just dragging and dropping squares around, it's quite fun. You make progress, you make a game. You start with Java and you found it boring and dry. My brother, coffee is wet. No, that's fair. I mean, at the end of the day, you are basically writing maths in a terminal. That is Java. Java is very corporate, I think. I always think of Java as like an office language. Like you wear a suit, I think, if you're programming in Java. Start with punch cards. Yeah, start out easy. Make a rain frame. I don't know. Have you ever tried any of those games on Steam? Zachtronics, I think. Zachtronics has some. They've made a few, or they, him. I don't know if it's a group or just the one guy. But their games on Steam are fantastic because they're like programming, but they're video games, and you don't notice it. You might find that fun. Anywho, let's move on. Which sounds rude, and it is. The only two things we need to look... Oh, I guess we can look at the data folder briefly. So we've copied over the stuff from the example. Donuts, Yeeta does some fonts. I don't think I need to explain that. They're fonts. These are fonts that we can use. They're packaged with the program. Great. Materials have the materials for the 3D models. So Carrot Cake have... I guess it's just a list of where all the text... Yeah, you got textures here. Got a diffuse, map, specular map, normal map. Not sure what the other things mean, and I don't know how much I care. But that's exciting. A Loom 2, like maybe like a base light level. I haven't done much with 3D. New material called Carrot Cake. I don't know what NS is. NS is the specular exponent. Okay. Level of specularity. Cool. Maybe I do care. Test is test illumination 2 bean.png. I guess that's a material. Map KD. Oh, is that for the background, I guess? The background. Do you not need mip mapping? Or is that what mip mapping is? I don't know. Probably not. You do like programming. Your best friend's a senior dev and you love watching them code. Do you think it's boring until you know enough to make something? But you get to that stage, it takes a long time if it's not like a video game you can get yourself going in an hour or two. I beg to differ, dude. As I said, like the Zachtronics games, if that's cheating maybe, but like they get you right in through the tutorial and like learning all the basic concepts, and like you don't realize that what you're learning, but you are learning. And if you pop into something like Game Maker or RPG Maker, or maybe I wouldn't recommend Unity immediately, but you can get... I could do Game Maker as a small person. I feel like you could handle it within... If you're a grown adult, you could handle it really easily. Like Game Maker, I remember, they probably don't still do it, but they had a tutorial that got you going in like an hour. It taught you like I think it was like it would make a little window, and it'll have like little clown that you have to click on, and when you click on it, it teleports to a location, and then it like bounces around, and you have to try and click on it. And you can follow that tutorial in like, you could probably do it as an adult in like 5-10 minutes, and you get the basics, and then you move on from there, and you make like a Pac-Man, and you learn keyboard input bit by bit, and then you iterate. But like, that's quick. You learn stuff really fast. You're not gonna make like Counter-Strike in an hour, but like, you know, you can get going with game programming really quick. It just depends to how low level you want to get. If you're happy using like a drag and drop system, that's perfectly fine if you're learning, or if you want to get something done quick. Test material and test object aren't used, you can delete them. I'll be deleting all the materials and stuff, but fair. Oh shit, do I have an object previewer? Is there an object previewer in this? There must be, right? Model? Model viewer? Preview. I don't know. You're having some trouble with your basic code. You could ask on the Discord. We have a programming channel. What's the problem you've got? Is there like a Discord channel? Yeah, check on there. We have a programming and computing channel you could ask in. I mean, if you want to do a beginner, you say you don't like boring stuff. Like, Python's good for beginner because it's, yeah, very simple. There's not like a lot to learn. You can get a hang of it quite quick. JavaScript's forgiving, yeah. But I think those are boring. You're saying you don't like boring stuff. If you start off with that, you're going to have to learn, you know, variables and methods and functions and all the basics. It depends what you find interesting. What do you want to do? You have to set a goal. You were handheld by a nice tutorial series on YouTube. You started with C++. Yeah. Make your own computer first. Learn how it works under the hood. What's a memory bus? Now I know. Alright. You have to find something interesting. Don't force yourself to do something if it's boring. But if you can like work out exactly what you want to do, like, do you want to make a game? That tends to be fun. Work towards that. Don't make jokes, Yuma. Anyway, bunny.obj and carrotcake.obj, I guess, are just the 3D model files for a bunch of vectors. I don't know. I haven't looked at object files before, and now I have. Vector node, vector try, I don't know. Who cares? No one looks at these. You open this in Blender, I guess, and it draws it for you. Cool. I've never seen a 3D model like this. You post your problem on there. I mean, I can have a very quick look if it's quick. Very quick. I need to get back to this. You have this, but the image doesn't change sizes. You have a semicolon after everything, is that correct in CSS? Is it not meant to be a comma between? No. V is vertex, Vn is normal, Vt is texture coordinates, F is face. Wait, .img logo. Div class. You're changing the size of the div, not the image, right? Here? Is that not correct? You're making a div that is 500 by 500 on the screen at 0, 0, absolute. In there, you're just plopping an image. I assume that the image will just be whatever size it wants to be, whatever the default size of the image is. You'd have to have a style on image, I think. I haven't done CSS in a while, but I think you want to do img class equals. And then check your height and width in there. It worked. There you go. Fantastic. That's good to hear. Pulled that out of my arse, I did. That sounds about right. Yeah. Okay, sorry. Back to all this. Models, shaders, empty. Sounds, empty. Textures, beam.png, extremely important. Karagatoru. There you go. Is it Karagatoru? I feel like I couldn't remember it the other day. The fuck? This is the diffuse and the... Oh god. No, this is a normal map. Oh. Oh. Specular. Diffuse. This is a diffuse map of the cake. I guess. Hmm. You can open the HDR in something like Photoshop. Guess what I don't have installed anymore. I need to get like a... I guess they don't do humble bundles of Photoshop because you have to buy it in the Creative Cloud, right? Because I have a normal version of Vegas, which I got a humble bundle, which I use. Which is pretty much identical to my old version of Pro. Oh, I have GIMP, I think. I don't know. There must be a HDR viewer in here, right? HDR? Usage... Oh. Maybe this works. I don't know. Is there a way to open that with this new plugin I've just gotten? Yo, that worked. Perfect. God, this... Okay, I'm starting to see some of the nice stuff about VS Code. It is nice that this shit's all in like one spot. I do like that. Because it's nice for streaming as well. Like I can just show you this. I don't have to like open a bunch of other programs. Whew, that is a normal map. Have I ever seen one? Wow. You ever seen what a chiffon cake looks like? There you go, chat. Specular map. Very nice. Perfect. Okay. Models, materials, sounds, textures, test. Amazing donut. Beautiful. Just beautiful. I can't wait to have a nice folder setup, chat. I'm going to have textures, I'm going to have player, I'm going to have entity, I'm going to have monster, I'm going to have particle, I'm going to have 100 folders. It's going to take 6 minutes to find the file I want, but it's going to be in a really specific location. This is Donut's signature. You can steal this. Steal this if you like. Alright, and then dependency. Alright, cool. We're through everything except for source, of which these folders are just empty. I made them. We've just got main and game to look at. Don't save any of the changes I've made, for Christ's sake. Main.c++, the first file that will get ran. Let's have a look through it. We need to include the game header, fair enough. And then some libs here. Charconf, maybe a character convert library. Concepts, no bloody idea. C standard in out, so I guess for the printing to the console. Standard lib. I don't know if that's just standard. Or what, but that's something. Format is the string formatter library, I think. Standard exception, so for making exceptions, you know, runtime exceptions. System error, I guess for making a Windows system error. I don't know. So we need to find we got the base namespace here. Hang on, can you have a namespace without a name? You can just have a blank, like an anonymous namespace. You don't have to call this namespace like app. Guess not. Wait, hang on. Oh, I guess that's already used. Fair enough. I don't like how this isn't all indented, but I guess namespace is always going to be there, isn't it? I don't know. I feel like this should be out like that. I have enough horizontal movement. Maybe there's a clang tidy I can do for that. Yeah, you can have anonymous namespace. It's useful in C++ because it prevents symbols from being exported. Okay, sure. Why is run not at the top? I feel like main should be at the top because it's the first thing I read. So I'm just going to plop it up here for human sake. So out of the namespace, we have int main. First thing that will get ran. Oh, I guess it needs to be under because it's C++. You have to... You have to have the methods above if you want to call them. What? Is that true? If main was at the top, it would need forward declarations for above it for all the other functions. This is something I do not have to think about normally. I have to rewire my brain. Okay. Oh, it's weird the file like format actually had like mattering for something here. Alright, thank you, World's End. It's one of the unfortunate legacy things about C++. I'll get over it. I like it when you react that way instead of saying, what do you mean? This is how it always is working. You're stupid. Not that you'd say that, but that's how my brain parses it. Anyway, when we run the executable, exe, WouHou.exe, this is ran, int main. And normally it would just end, but we should have a game loop in here, which is this, I guess, game.run. So, when we run the program for the first time, we, I guess, instantiate game. We create an instance of game called game. We can pass in launch options to this program. So I guess we do. argv of the variable. So if we were to type in WouHou.exe and then like space and then like dash Windows size or something, we could pass that in here. argc. Dude, I was asking a job interview to explain, like, remember this from memory and then explain it, and I could not. argc is the argument count. argv is the argument vector list or whatever. Okay. So if there were 3 elements in the array here, this would say 3, and this would be of size 2, I guess. Legacy. Alright, anyway, the constructor for game is this. I guess I'll read that in a minute, because this is quite a big... That's not that big. But I'll read it in a second. So we make a new game, and then we run the game, which I guess is a loop. Brother? While is running run frame. There you go. And then I guess when the game stops running, we clock out here, and the game returns with a success. If there's a failure while the game runs, the game will exit with a 1. Define exit failure as 1 up here somewhere, maybe, or in the header somewhere. I don't know. Where's exit? Oh, exit failure is a part of the standard loop. Even easier. So yeah, success is 0, failure 1, perfectly fine. So if the game fails, fail, 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 cool. Catch ... What is this shorthand for just catch any exception? I guess. You can't get the size from a C array, so that's why it's needed. I get that. I get that. Okay. Oh, but this wouldn't compile if we didn't have C arrays enabled. I know. It wouldn't. It would. Means anything. ... means anything, even if it doesn't derive from standard exception. So just catch. Okay, sure. Whatever. Why do we embed 2 tries? In case this fails? Why would this fail? I guess it could. The format. Like a format print. Like if this fails, this is caught here? I guess? Is there no performance issues with running 2 try statements inside each other? I guess it would be extremely negligible. Just in case printing fails. Dude, I feel like that should just crash. Like if it can't print format on failure. I guess it's more the standard. Yeah. Well. You can do throw 3 if you want. Alright, whatever. So that's that. This gets ran, game loop starts. This up here is all the... This is for passing the launch options, I guess. Where is this being ran from? Options, pass game options. Okay, so we're passing in a parameter to the game constructor, which is, I guess we're running... We have these functions, these methods with C++. These functions all have the same name, so maybe they'll dynamically change based on what we yeet in it. Sorry, that's not what I mean to say, but it will pick the appropriate one. Although I don't know when this shit's gonna get passed in. Maybe I'm misreading that. Pass game option. Oh, I guess I should read this first. This is a single value. Okay, forgive me. I'm reading too quick. Function overloading. That's the official word. Yeah. Overloading. I'm getting ahead of myself because it's back to front. Like it's reading bottom to top like a weird Australian manga. You know? Whatever. We go bottom to top. Is this why Swift does that, dude? In Xcode, if I extract a function, it always puts it above, which I think is fucking stupid. But is that because Swift's built on top of Objective-C, which is built on top of C? So it like, they just always have put an extracted function above. Standard integral auto pointer reference. Accepts any integer type using the concept standard integral. Okay. Anyway, pass game options. So this is ran. We set up a little result to return later, I guess. Yep. Nothing in it yet, though. So for every argument that's passed into the program, which could just be 0, but for every argument passed in, we're going to check it against these and this. Okay. Could we not... Runtime error. Okay, whatever. If the argument is help, or various ways the user might want to try and find help, we throw in... Why you throw an error? Just kick them out of the program. Okay, I guess the program won't need to run. That's fair. Throw standard runtime error. And well, this will be caught. This will be thrown up here, and then the program will exit with a failure. So if you launch the game as WouHou.exe and then -help, it'll crash. Or a separate. You need a separate return channel and a print or something. Sure. Throwing an exception was easier. That sounds like a hack. Okay, it works. It works nicely. It does the job. It's right at the start of the program. So the options Donut has provided us with his generosity is telling us how we just ran the function that we just ran. That's called Snark. Why would we ever want to set the title of a window, brother? Okay. In an effort of trimming this down, because I might actually just use this rather than writing this all out by hand again, I'm going to trim out the stuff I know I'm not going to bother using. Okay? Forgive me. I like being hands-on. It's called kinesthetic learning. Sweetie. I'm going to delete some shit. So I'm not going to use title, I think. Bang that out. Makes the file a little easier to read as well. So get rid of that. Setting width and height. I guess title could mostly demonstrate that you could. Yeah, I understand. But I'm in my mindset now of minimizing WouHou. The last one had a lot of extra stuff that I just ignored and left. And then when I came back to it, it just bulked everything out and made it look a lot more complicated than it was. Anyway, width and height. I think like Touhou Project has a config executable you can run, right? It brings up like a little Windows, and you can pick. Usually it doesn't render because I don't have kanji on my computer, but you can pick like resolution and stuff. I guess theoretically I could have my own little config .NET program, or maybe not .NET, Python script, or exe, I guess would make most sense. A little SDL program. And then the user could pick configs for WouHou to launch with. Does Touhou in Windows just modify an INI file? I'm pretty sure it does, yeah. But it does it in a nice user-friendly way, you know? And if you had this on like Steam, you'd launch that first and then launch the program to make sure it's being run with them options, I guess. This makes more sense to read out of an INI file than launch options, I guess. But that's for future, you know, if we do decide we want an INI file, because the INI file might also have like keyboard bindings and stuff in it. Yeah, the newer Touhou do have in-game options, yeah. I mean, the older ones kind of do, they just don't... They don't do a lot. Do you want sound 1, 2, 3, 4? Yeah. Resize them... I'm going to disable that in case it does some... Actually, will I? I feel like I'm running the game in 4x3, right? Like I'm forcing letterboxed 4x3. Nah, we can... no, resizing might have some weird bullshit going on. Like it might pause the game loop unexpectedly or something. I don't want to deal with that. Are there games that let you resize the game window? Not usually, right? You have to change the whole resolution, don't you? I feel like this is unnecessary. Yeah. Minecraft? Oof, unnecessary. It does change the resolution in this page. Well, I guess it would, but doesn't it like pause the game weirdly and make it jutter? You feel like people could just cheat by like constantly moving the window like this and having the game like lag the fuck out. If you want to stick to a fixed resolution, you shouldn't have that. I think I am going to stick to a fixed resolution, right? We had like maybe it was even smaller than 640 by 480. I haven't explained it, chat, but I have like more of a stylistic choice baked into my mind now. I want to have like an actual like color palette to use. So last time we had like the Game Boy color palette, which was cool, but the Game Boy color palette was meant to be used with like one color per sprite, and we were just using it, which looks nice. I like the WouHou sprites, but I'm thinking I'll make like an actual palette and stick to it for the game and have like a proper consistent style. Do a little redrawing, a little touching up. So I think we'll pick like a particular screen size, like 240 by 480. Maybe something small. I haven't decided quite yet, because there's a lot of things. Like there's like one of the problems with pixel art games is how you like smoothly have stuff move around the screen, right? Like one of the things you can do is have all your assets and logic ran at like the tiny resolution, but actually render the window in like 1080p and scale them up. So then when they move around, they look smooth and like camera positions don't just look jittery. So yeah, I don't quite know what I'm going to do yet. I'm just going to stick to a stuck resolution for now, and then accept consequences later should that matter. Smile. Emoji font, brother, get out of here. Let's not allow people to add their own fonts. That's silly. Is it? No, people like to mod stuff. I'm not having an emoji font though. I appreciate you providing the option of alternate fonts for different uses. You can do sprites at floating point positions in this renderer if you want. Really? How does it work? Does it just alias between them? Wait, so does it just like weirdly bug them out? I don't think I want that. Wouldn't that look really weird? Like kind of blurry. The emoji font's used for the FPS counter. Yeah, I saw that. One of the other things, it had like a fast forward icon and stuff. Anyway, let's just keep things nice and simple for this and just keep the font standard FOV? Alright, I guess that's just an arbitrary value. Oh, this sounds good. Min FPS? Max FPS? I don't know what the point of min FPS is. Cut that out. I guess it's like maybe you complain if it's before slowdown. Oh, actually, is that really important? Why would I not want to hard code that to something I'm aware of? I think if I ever have like a scoreboarding feature, I'd want this to be standard. It is useful. But I don't want this to be standard for all players, though. Do standard floor on the sprite position to make sure they're pixel perfect. Yeah. Alright. Maybe. I think that's the case. Max FPS I'm fine with leaving. VSync. Does that even work? Does your game permanently slow down if you reverse them? Oh, that's a weird thought. Full screen height width, fine. So let's get rid of this shit. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Cool. These look like a nice little set of options. Although I'm presuming most people won't be using MSAA. I'll leave it in for the haters. Fine. So, Oh look, doesn't the file already look much more legible? Now I've just cut that down. What's wrong? Have I missed a semicolon somewhere? Classic C++? I think I have, surely. Oh, pass option value. Unused function. Oh, it's just not used. I guess that's a part of the warnings. That seems annoying, the unused functions thing. Because often I'll set up functions for future. And I'll like preset out my files, wang, 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 wang. But I won't be linking those methods up yet. But I'll be building the tendrils first. And then I'll go up a level and build the stuff that connects those. And then go up a level and build the stuff that connects those. You can throw a no-lint unused function on it. Is there a nice... Oh, damn. Alt FA. Oh, God. There must be a nice... Is there not like a little help thing, like the IntelliJ, where you have like a little light bulb that pops up, and it gives you some like helpful things that you can do? I don't know what it's called. Contextual help, maybe. You just hit like Alt Enter and it fucking fixes it for you. Well, whatever. I guess I'll just delete it for now. I've got Git if I really want it back. That's fine. Interesting though. File gets even smaller. So, when the user runs the program, we pass the options. These are available. Height, full screen, VSync, max FPS, MSAA. Width, it gets set to result application options. Okay, this is later. This is the result. Okay. So this result item that we're creating here is called game options, which has all this BS in it, all the various settings. And as we're going through these launch options, we're updating those from the defaults as necessary. So if there's a height, width, full screen, VSync, max FPS, MSAA value, we'll read those here and pop them out. And they're read using these three functions up here, which accept a string value, where to pop the output. They'll accept a... Sorry, did I say string? Yes. Pass option, but... So I was about to complain, I won't, but I'm wondering, I know this is overriding because they all functionally do the same thing, and you can read them directly to see what they do, but maybe naming it like, you know, pass string, pass key value, pass key value in, I don't know, maybe that's stupid. Nah, that's stupid. I think that adds bulk, I guess. But it's like, you know, I like a nice little example, like, you know, example, whatever. Just to make it like readable at a glance, but that's not a big deal. You can have a look at this again, I suppose. But yeah, you have the options of just a string, plop that somewhere. You have an int and a string, output a float. It tries to scan a float. Isn't equals 1? I guess if it's not a fail, like if it succeeds in output, if it succeeds in creating a float, it eats that out. You try to optimize for consistency of the usage. That's why the bull takes unused arguments, for example. Okay. Oh yeah, I guess you even check to see if you're if you're passing outside of the game options somehow. Odd. Okay. Option name. Output. Oh, I've misread this. This has an int as well, but this is just int anything. This doesn't have int I. Oh, is it say unused parameter? Oh, so in C++, if you don't want to name a parameter, you just don't give it a name. In Swift and Kotlin as well, you do a little underscore. But I guess just not naming it, like an unnamed parameter, is fine. Okay. Sorry, I misread this then. This is actually like you were to indent this over, not that I'm going to leave it this way, but okay, this makes way more sense. You can read a string to a boolean, you can read a string to a float, you can read a string to any integral, or anything that falls under integral, which I can maybe look at. But that's all the different integers, I suppose, or different numbers, perhaps. I don't know why it won't let me read it, but that's fine. Just wanted to check out what that did. Go to references. Is there a way integral should be in the concepts folder? Just signed and unsigned numbers, or? I don't want to be in here. Is there a way to quickly open docs? Like a document for this? Maybe not. Yeah, that's it right there. Okay. And then I guess float. How does it know which one to pick first? Pass options. Oh, sorry, I'm being stupid. We're passing in window width here, which is an int. Window height is an int. Full screen is a boolean. Vsync is a boolean. Max FPS is a float. Huh? MSAA is an int. Okay. So based on the... Oh, that's smart. It will run the appropriate pass option value based on the expected value. So here, full screen is a boolean. So it will automatically run the boolean function here. And it will crash horribly if you do it properly, if you do it badly. It uses the built-in overloading tools to pick the best match. Nice. Okay, I'd say that file is understood. Perfecto. Let's have a look at game. Plonk. And that's pretty much it. It's just this one file. And a lot of this, I think, we can nudge over. So, we're including a ton of donut stuff. This is the only other function. This is the only other file in the project right now that does something. This is the one that's rendering all that BS on screen. If def, the header, define head. Okay, it's been a long time since I've done C++, right? Explain these to me again, like super basics, right? Is this... What's the purpose of this? It's been so long. It's been like 3 years nearly. You need those header guards to make sure the file doesn't get repeated if you include it several times in the same translation unit. So you don't define the same thing twice. If not defined, define it? Is that how I should read this? Like, are these two directly linked? Like that. So like if WouHou game HPP doesn't exist, you are reading correctly. Okay. Great. Good to have you, chat. We include a bunch of libraries. Algorithm, standard C stuff. Stuff from the donut library, which is our SDL wrapper. The format library, the LUM. I'm guessing this is the 3D, maybe 3D handling, matrix transform, clip space, or maths, 3D maths. Hello, Junior. Pragma once. I see Pragma once a lot as well, yeah. Is it non-standard? Oh, hey Tom. Yeah, I never know when to use Pragma once over this other one. Everything between ifdef and endif. Is endif right at the bottom? Endif. If and def. Okay, so between that ifdef and endef, we're defining WouHou gamehead HPPP, and everything inside runs against this macro. Right? Say main includes A and B. Both of them include game. You don't want the contents of game to be repeated twice. That's true, yeah. Because if you include it, it's the same function as if you just copy and pasted that whole file at the top, right? And you only want to include it once. You don't want it to just copy twice, one from A and one from B, I suppose. Pragma wants is technically one standard. If WouHou game app is defined, if and def is false, so the skip is blocked, so it does nothing. So the whole file is down here. Okay, I see. So that's just, yeah, okay, right. This is essentially just that. This is how this is read. If we've already included it. Okay. Oh, okay, I think I'm understanding a bit more then. So this macro here is basically like a flag. Like we're basically saying, right? Like if flag equals true or equal or whatever, you know, do this. We're basically just doing that, right? And then, right? So this macro doesn't do anything, but we're just setting a flag, saying that this exists. This is literally like a flag. It's a flag, right? Yeah, dude, that makes so much sense. Why worry? That's fantastic. That's so useful. But we shouldn't be using them because modules exist, right? No, that's really cool. Okay, thank you. Thanks for explaining. I'm just thinking, like, in my head, you know, technically this is a little bit like, it's all indented, this is all under one. Not that I'm going to keep it this way, but useful. You can define to a value if you want. So I can say if 0, go in here, and this would just run every single time if I do if 1. Well, I don't know, syntax. But I understand. Whatever. I'm being silly. Sorry. Okay, cool. You can define to a value. So you can have it as a macro in the sense that if you want to use, like, this is a bad example, but if you have, like, my magic number, like that, and then anytime I want to use it, can I just do, like, magic WouHou? And does the compiler replace that with 123 123? Is that, yes? My brother in Christ, I'm a genius. Can you share your playlist? Yeah, dude, it's just Dematory. I love Dematory. You love Dematory too. Listen to all their music. They have lots of albums. This is how it works, but nowadays you should use const expert. Yeah, I was going to say, like, this is basically just like a constant final variable, right? Or constant variable. You can define functions in macros. What, like this? I guess it wouldn't be return. Well, I could do like pi, like 3.14, like double pi, like that. Because I always hear people wanking off about macros, my brother. Because, like, yeah, you'd normally just write like a constant variable, right? You're welcome, Iceborne. Those builds. Define max is a common example. Oh, so anyway, you just write. Okay, so that's. Okay, I don't want to sound rude. That seems like a. It just seems like you're just writing a normal variable in a function, but in a slightly confusing way. Does it have like a performance benefit? Like, I mean, I guess writing. Is it any faster to write max? It's a static function, surely. I guess you're not running it on a. You're not running it on an object. It's a. Oh, what would I say? I don't know what the word is. But it's a function that exists outside of a class. Preprocessor macro functions are just text substitutions. Yeah, it's as if you'd written it every single time you've written max. It runs the preprocessor before everything, before even the compiler. Okay. So if there was some reason. Okay, let's say for example I had, where's your max one? Like, define max A, B, A. Oh fuck, it's moving my shit. Whatever, define max as something. If I had a variable down here that was like, I could then use that macro in the variable, like this. like inline functions in Kotlin. Well, I guess it would be, I'd have to pass in A and B. I don't actually know what the... Hang on. Let's just copy this in. Oh, I was doing that completely wrong. Yeah. Parameters and then the block. I guess it just automatically returns that. Oh, shit. Oh, C++. Like that. Okay, that's actually kind of cool. It's an inline... I can use it like an inline function from Kotlin then, if I wanted to. Cool. I like that. There's no overhead, which might be significant in a simple function that gets called a lot. That's the thing I'm thinking of. Like, if I was writing a 3D collision detection or something that needs to be ran 1 trillion times a second, the whole thing would just be macros, right? You can change how it's compiled. Define true false. Define mayhaps if. Mayhaps? It's good. Okay. Okay, fine. Namespace app equals donut application. Oh, this is why it wouldn't let me use the namespace app earlier. Instead of using macros, you should write regular function and pop an always inline. Okay, so it is actually just an inline function then. That's perfect. I'm learning so much. So you're just using these for shortcuts. This is it's probably, maybe it's also a thing in C++, but in Java and Kotlin and whatnot, instead of including a really long, really long file, you can name that import, which I guess this is. That you can import, you know what I'm trying to say. It's just this, perhaps. Namespace is just, this is a namespace, isn't it? Namespace alias app. Donut application. Application audio and graphics. Are these individually namespaces under the donut namespace? So you'll have something like... I know this seems like I'm asking you super basic stuff, and I am. So you'd have a namespace donut, and then in there you'd have namespace audio. And this is in your little library somewhere in donut.library. Somewhere. And I'm importing that here. Plonk. And I don't want to have to write this out every time, because otherwise my function start becoming very long. So I'm, I don't know what the word is. I'm substituting them here. I'm having a little shortcut. Using file equals donut.file. I thought that's what using is for, actually. Like a type alias. Yeah, type alias. Wait, hang on. Is using... Is type alias not a keyword in C++ then? Is using the exact same as type alias? This is the same thing as that. And file, I guess, is not. This is a class. So you use namespace to alias and namespace, and type alias, or I guess using for classes. Fine. Hey, monkey. You can accidentally do silly stuff, mind. You can pass a rand function to the max macro shown earlier. You would use 2 rand calls instead of the return of the first rand. If you passed a rand function to the max macro shown earlier, you would use 2 rand calls instead of the return of the first rand. Hang on. How does rand work in C++? Some languages, if you type in rand, it will give you a random number like up to this, like between 0 and this number. So like a range, like a max range, or rand this to this. I don't know exactly how the random library works in C++. Using can do 5 different things, like everything in C++. Poggers. Rand is an old C API. Do you not have random.rand? No, that's Java. What's the C++? I guess you might want to use a specific random library. Or is there's a perfectly fine built-in one? Okay, I'll leave that for now. We need to get through this. What am I doing? Oh, sorry. So we have the game options struct from earlier that we passed around. We can have a little look at that. It inherits from application options. Which is everything. Okay. What's the point of separating these? If I have multiple different apps built from the same main project? That seems a little unnecessary. I mean, I guess it makes this... I'll be honest, I don't get the point of separating those. It's part of libdonut. Oh shit, it just opens your... Oh yeah, I guess I've downloaded your library, haven't I? Like I've got that sitting on my machine. Okay. Forgive me. I understand now. Alright, I'm instantiating some of... Oh, you've even got that set up then. That's comfy. Thanks, dude. Alright, cool. Min FPS 10, max FPS 60. Dude, wait, hang on. You got like the game loop and everything shoved in this as well. Oh dear, I don't have to do any work, do I? Game options is a special one for your project. Yeah, okay. Organization name, a woolen sleevelet. WouHou. Data path is data. Archive name pack. Sure, why not? Window title. WouHou. It's poggers. Yeah. Window height width. Let's say like the... Well, what is it actually? 640. by 180 by 220 seems too small, doesn't it? That's only 10 sprites by 10 sprites. What about 360 by 440? Wait, that's not right. 640 by 480. This is 240. This is 320 by 240. That seems fine. That's 20 sprites high at 16. Wide. In C++, there's a random header that includes a bunch of different generators. Cool. Yeah, because yeah. I've seen the old random distribution charts. Very tiny, low resolution. That's right, chat. I'm writing to impress. I still don't know yet if I actually just want to run this in native resolution, but run the game at a low res, like render the game to a low resolution, but just stretch it up to native, just for that smooth camera. What do you think? I kind of like the idea of it just being small. Pixely. 4x3 literally. Yeah, I mean... Yeah. I don't know. I like the idea of limiting myself a little bit. I think it could be a fun challenge. Also, excuse me, max FPS 240. What error are we living in, Donut? 239.1. Come on, man. There you go. Someone's going to read this and think he's a genius. How does he work out the special number? I haven't. I've just made it up. You can add support for virtual coordinates to libdonut. I think it's probably smart we run on the virtual grid and not the literal pixel grid, right? You define... I don't know what you'd actually do, but I feel like you define... I would never actually have to look at real pixels, but you'd have a coordinate system of 0 to... Maybe not 0 to 1, but a base resolution, like 0 to 320, 0 to 240 or something. And then you add a multiplier between that and the real resolution, which you get by dividing them. So I do everything on this play space, and then when it comes to actually rendering, you scale everything up a little bit. Although that feels like it's not particularly performant. Or maybe it's fine, it's multiplication on the processor. That's what it's good for. This is because, I mean, this for me is because with VSync and like all the NVIDIA G-Sync and all that bullshit, you always want it to be slightly below your resolution, and I don't remember why. I watched a 40-minute video explaining it once, and I've forgotten. But, yeah. Oh, like Apex Legends used to not run particularly well above like 210 FPS or something. Or was it 190? Like above 190 the game would break. Anyway, font path. Fine, fine, fine. I am deleting the emoji font path. Main menu.org. You didn't ship me this, brother. What the fuck? Where's my org? I'm going to comment this out just so I can remember that I can have arbitrary values in here. Hey, Path. Dude, it's going well today. It's good. I should title this one... I should title this one like Poggers on like the VOD. Alright. I'm deleting this emoji font. You can't stop me. What is unskip? It's just like a... Okay. Donut. Am I stupid for wanting to write my own pixel art font? Because, okay, I understand I may not be supporting E with a little line on top and E with a caret and kanji and Russian and other dialects, but could I not just write like the basic alphabet and a couple numbers? It's a random public domain pixel font you found. Is that stupid of me? Should I make it like why are we using Windows fonts? I guess it's not necessarily Windows, but why are we using these typefaces? Wait, this is a font, right? Hang on, am I being stupid? True typeface, or is it true the font? I don't know. Whatever. Is there a bad reason for using sprites over pre-made fonts? You start with a pre-made, maybe make a custom one later. But why specifically a font over just having it as a sprite? Is it because there happen to be a bunch of convenient methods and shit built into these libraries for rendering text, and it expects text to have a font? Is that why? A font is just a sprite sheet of glyphs. This is correct. Spacing and kerning and whatnot. Yeah. I mean, it's a monospace. So, I mean, spacing and kerning and stuff. Kerning. Spacing and all that. I would make it a monospace, presumably. So I wouldn't have to worry about that. Just like a monospace, like 8x8, 12x12 or something. I don't know. Maybe not even 12x12, but like 4x12 or something. I guess I'll leave it for now, but maybe at some point I'll make my own font. If I feel like it. And then make it into a font. There's got to be ways to you can render a sheet as your own font. Yeah. Whatever. Ignore me. Ignore me. Alright, this is our game. It's all in here. If we scroll down to the bottom of that, close curly brackets, it's all the way down here. So we're on the final juicy bit here. This is a da game object. Final. In C++, does final on a class mean that you can't subclass it? Otherwise, what's the point? Yes. Okay. Cool. Easy. You have some little thing here for various actions. I like that you've separated that from the keystrokes. Good. Aim, focus. I mean, I guess this is this from your project, I suppose. That's fine. I'll leave that for now. It's good for functions if the base class has virtual functions. Good for performance, sorry. Okay. Compiler friendly. Fine. I'm sure we'll run through this at some point, but if I remember, WouHou basically just had moving around, confirm, cancel, focus, attack primary, and attack secondary, which I guess was like a bomb. Attack primary and attack special. I think this is all we really had, right? Up, down, left, right. Focus, attack primary, attack special, cancel, confirm. Oh, I guess maybe we had menu. Open, pause. No. Back? What would you say escape's normally tied to? Cancel? Maybe cancel's escape. I'll leave it on cancel for now. Although actually cancel could be tied to like B on a controller. Yeah, let's just go Can I just call it ESC? No, that's stupid. You started reading a blog of a man that designs fonts. That's interesting. Fonts can be interesting. Weirdly. If the compiler sees its final, it removes the virtual calls and replaces them with the final function calls. Cool. I'm aware that this is breaking stuff. Don't worry. Don't worry. Many probably make sense. Let's order them a little bit, because once we order them once, I don't know if I'll ever want to change them. In C++, do these automatically... Oh, actually... Okay, this is maybe the same as Kotlin then. Kotlin? I've got my languages mixed in my head, but... By saying they extend from size t, does that automatically give this a value of 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, blah, 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 blah? Like, I don't need to do... like that. Etc. No, that's not right. Well, might be. Oh, missing a comma. Oh, I guess I could give him an ID, right? Like if I wanted to serialize it. If I wanted to read it from a string, you do it like this. This was from a string. Is that not allowed? Or maybe I need to include it. Whatever. You can only assign integers, though. Oh. Really? Enums can only be integer types. Oh. Okay. They're always sequential integers unless you manually set them. Well, I guess you usually want to manually set them just in case people start fucking moving them around, right? Like if this gets moved here, the value wouldn't change, like if this was 1 and 2. So it means that the order doesn't matter, but it also means you have to manually give it a number, but I don't think that's that bad. I don't know. It doesn't matter for now. You shouldn't be using the direct value anyway for long term. The whole point doesn't matter if it moves around. Yeah. Hey, RNG. Alright. Go on then. It's towards the end anyway. I will be talking over you with programming though, if that's okay. Get output. Okay, I should probably start at the bottom, shouldn't I? Draw FPS counter. Let's get rid of these bloody emojis. How does the emoji font work, actually? That's interesting. Anyway, you're drawing some stuff on the screen. I'm just... Forgive me, I understand. FPS color. Is there a way for me to add a... Oh, long trousers! Great name. Is there a way for me to add like a nice little color to the left here, like in JetBrains? Thanks for the subscription, long trousers. Thank you. IntelliJ, Android Studio, all them. They all have a nice little feature where if you've got a color, I guess this doesn't necessarily know it's a color, but if you have a color, it'll like show it here as a preview. It'll show like a green or a blue or a red or whatever. Font sizes and emojis. What's this? Emoji under the hood. Oh yeah, emojis are really cool. They're all like squished together, aren't they? You have like a certain tone or a certain base and they get squished together. Might be an extension. These are just vectors. Yeah. I realized that. Hello. Thank you for the subscription. Wow. How are you? Anyway, sorry. I'm just in the effort of cutting this all down. I'm deleting Donut's fantastic FPS checking stuff just to make this a little easier on the old brain. It's just even gonna hard code it. Check this out. Easy life. GLM. What is GLM? What library is this? What is that gloomy? What's it GLM mean? You included it as part of your thing, right? OpenGL Mathematics. Fantastic. OpenGL Maths for vector. XYZ width. I guess that's not actually... Is this why you said you didn't like these little tags? Because they often don't... They may not line up. Like this vec4 is expecting this to mean XYZ width. I guess the next one might even be like, what, height? Well, this isn't a vec4, this would be a vec5, if that's even a thing. That's not a thing. You probably get what I'm getting at. That and they bug out sometimes. Fair enough. Okay, anyway, we have a color, we have some icon. I'm not using the icon. We get a position in... Wait, why are these bad? Did I get rid of a colon earlier? I must have, right? What have I done? Have I missed a semicolon? No. Namespace WouHou. Oh, maybe it's just not been built in a while. That's fine. You can toggle them with Control-Shift-P. Oh. I like them for now. They're fine. But that's good to know. Maybe it'll get annoying if I'm writing a function and they're getting in the way. Okay, anyway, drawing the counter, we have some color. We get the FPS. Is this just a thing that you're updating? Just a little variable somewhere. Fine. Part of doing it. I feel awfully like I'm starting to use a game engine now. Don't know if I like that. Maybe it's fine. I did say I wanted to dodge some of the boring stuff, but feels weird. Anyway. FPS position. Just chucking that on the screen somewhere, whatever. Render pass.draw. This is something we'll come to later. Part of Donut's little render helper. You can always dive into the source code if you want. I think I will be. Not right now. It's late. We've got work tomorrow. I should get through this quick. But okay. Drawing some text to the screen. Oh, I see. You got a little wrapper for drawing specifically text. So you pass in text. This will have a font shaped text, which is a donut thing saying that it has a offset size, offset and scale. God, that's a helper function. How much time did you spend on this? I thought you were only going to spend a little bit of time on this. I thought it was just going to be like 10 methods over like draw. You can make FPS color const. Yep, I can. That's fine. Feels weird to me that you can put const stuff inside a function. Not, you always can, like every language you can, but I still find it a little weird. I guess it would just replace this, like it would store this elsewhere and then chuck it in here when it comes to be read. Yeah, I guess that's fine. Whatever. Ignoring me. This means it doesn't need to be rewritten for every single call of this loop, but it also means that it's scoped in here, I guess. Oh, that's not that const. That would work too. Okay. Anyway, draw to the screen space FPS, I guess, just to stick it out to the side maybe. And then some emoji, which I'm cutting out. Okay, that's easy. Well, let's make that much smaller. You won't be able to see that on the small screen. The space is to make room for the icon you've removed. Easy game. Okay, draw FPS. Why have you put these at the bottom? Is it okay? Should I just be reading these files upside down? Like I'm not being stupid, am I? Because these are members. Oh, well, not members. That means that's a willy. But these are variables of this object. Normally I'd have these at the top. You always put private functions and variables at the bottom. But it seems odd to me that you put variables below the functions. I've always had variables at the very top. I guess this is a header file with a bunch of code in it. Right? Can you explain why you've done only game.header instead of game.header and C++? Should I just give up on C++ files? No, that's silly. I have got a quick building computer though. Anyway, we've got all this stuff. Fonts, etc. I'm not going to fiddle with these too much. Bunny scale 10. Vertical FOV. Sure. Why not? You can give up on them if you want. It'll just take a bit longer to compile. I feel like it's a bad habit, but then maybe it's not a bad habit if they're modularizing stuff. I think maybe I will just give up. No, I shouldn't say that. I do feel like it's a lot. You need to avoid circling, please. That's fair. But sometimes I feel like I spend so much time writing all this bloody boilerplate, jumping between header and C++ just to define it here and then write it there. I've got a pretty good PC. Will I have a good PC in 10 years when I come back to read this? Maybe not. I don't know. It's good practice to learn headers anyway. And maybe... I think it is. I don't know. I do feel like I have to write everything twice, which is a little silly. Draw UI. Comfy. I will be stealing this. You draw a rectangle with the beam texture at the angle. Oh, at the elapsed time, so you're just constantly rotating it. Fine. Image-sized rectangle, is that the little scribble, I guess? Test texture, yeah. So you've got that in a little cosine and a sine function to make it sort of... well... like that, right? And having the scale go like that. But not like that, but like that. Everything's Electron apps. That's true. Hey, RNG. I'm fine, thank you. It's nice to see you. Sorry, Sprite Atlas. Is this the beam? Or Sprite Test Sprite? Oh no, this is the same as the other one. I didn't even realize these are two different. Sprite Atlas. Is this because I mentioned liking the idea of a Sprite Atlas, dude? Surely not. You must have already been doing that, right? Okay, I will read through. You know what? I think I will. Next stream, we'll be reading through the donut source code, I think. Get a hang of it. It's based on the font atlas code. Whatever. Wasn't too much extra to write. Okay. You draw some Swedish, which I think this is your phone number. What does this say? Do I want to know? Does it say anything rude? Detect language. Detect it. Flying creek. Kazan's search rest on soft tubes. Is that just a sentence that includes every letter? Okay, I thought that was like a Swedish joke. I'll leave that in. I'm multicultural. Okay, this isn't kind of a nice way to do drawing, I suppose. This made me feel a bit dirty though. No, I appreciate the effort. It's useful. Saves me a ton of time. It does feel dirty though. It's fine. We'll read through it. It's like we wrote it. I guess it gets us to writing the game faster. Display. When's this ran? Is this an override? When's this ran? This isn't. This must be an override, right? Like when's this ran? Oh no, wait, it's ran in application. Wait, this is part of donut. Okay, so it is an override. You don't have to write override? Like, how would I know this? Oh, wait, it's at the end. Classic. Alright, fine. Clear the screen, set the background color, draw the background. Wait, hang on, why are you writing this? Why are you doing this 3 times? Is this triple buffering? No. You draw the background. Render path stop clear. Oh wait, hang on. You said this is all about copying from like memory to the graphics card, right? Reset. Like this is render pass. You're setting up like a little buffer here, right? And then you're swapping the buffers, right? Maybe. So you're setting up a buffer. You're giving it a little background color. You're drawing a background in it with the beans, and then you're passing that to the renderer. And then you're clearing that buffer, and then you're setting it up again. You're drawing the world, passing that through to the graphics card, filling it up with the UI and the FPS. So I guess it's also layered in that way. Maybe? Okay, fine. Sorry, I'm starting to fall a bit. The reason you reuse the same render pass instead of making a new one is to reuse the memory that's allocated. That makes complete sense. Like if you've got a big bucket, no point in having 3 buckets for these calls if you're clearing it each time anyway. That seems efficient. Quick drawing. So draw background. This isn't a shader, is it? This is just transforming that beam texture, isn't it? You're scaling it. Translate moves it. Rotate rotates it. Scale scales it. Translate translates it again. Up and left. A bit. Draw a quad. Oh, it says shaded 2D. The default shaders are built into shader 2D and shader 3D. Okay. Your library's way bigger than I thought it was going to be, by the way. Not in a bad way, but I didn't realize to what extent you'd done. Okay, anyway, you draw the beam texture with the transform. Wait, hang on. How would I guess we'll find out another day. Not right now. Is there a function I would need to override in your library to pass in GLSL code? Or is that something I've already got that I haven't read through yet because I haven't quite got the time? I guess this transforms it over time. Anyway, draw a world, I guess, is the bunny and the cake. Fine. World objects, maybe? It's arbitrary, right? We can have like 1,000,000 or 1 of these draw functions. But you've separated them like this. Oh, I guess then you could have like the world objects and then all the trees and the nature stuff and then all the character objects and then the HUD or whatever. Grab the current bunny information, draw it. Grab the current information, draw it. That's cheap as chips. Simple stuff. And you're doing it all based on elapsed time, so everything's rotating or doing it things at a slightly different rate. It's fine. Draw UI we were looking at earlier. Fine. Simple. Tick. Is this on tick? And then after everything has been drawn. So this is a new tick, which is presumably being run at the tick rate, which is like 60 or something, I don't remember. So every 15 milliseconds or whatever, this should get ran. So this we could like increment a counter to see that going up 60 times a second. If you want a custom shader, you can make your own instance of shader 2D and pass in your source code string. They run in the order they're declared, except tick may run 0 or several times. Okay. You have to interpolate everything in tick, right? Does tick info include that? Tick count, latest time, tick interval. Is tick interval... Is latest tick time since the start of the program or system time millis or something? Like this is a constant thing that's always going up, always incrementing. Is the tick count the number of ticks since the program started? The literal number of ticks. So if its computer's paused for a bit and then starts, it won't have incremented in that amount of time, but the latest tick time should have. And then tick interval would be maybe like 60 or whatever it's hard-coded. Other way around, tick updates an end frame or display does the interpolation. Right now everything is in display because it was easier for demonstration. Wait, hold on. What do you mean? Minus frame, I guess the minus doesn't matter, but you just multiply everything by... Tick is empty. Wait, hang on. Oh, you mean these functions are done in... These should be in tick. Bunny transformation. Like this stuff. This should be in tick instead of draw, right? And bunny transformation should be elsewhere. Like I should have a entity that has a registry of bunnies that needs to get drawn every draw. The drawing would be in display, but updating the transformation might be in tick. Okay. And draw, wait, is draw also ran as fast as possible, right? Up to a max frame rate. But tick never goes above 60, but it could go below. If you're unlucky. Are you threading this at all? Like, is it... I guess I could check. But is the game tick and the drawing, are those done on 2 different threads? Or are you just running everything and it's like this, and then occasionally it draws, and then it occasionally draws, and then it occasionally draws in one loop? It's all single threaded for now. Guess I'll leave it that way for now. I don't like thinking in single threaded though, because if I ever do want to add multi-threading, I'd like it to be easy. I'd rather not have to go through and presume that everything is synchronous. Oh, okay. Also, I'd like to learn C++ threading. I don't know how it works. I saw it had coroutines in 20, so I want to see how that works as well. I like coroutines. Update. I guess I will have to read through. You don't have docs yet, I guess, but I can just read the source code. Resize, is this on window resize? Recalculates a bunch of stuff. Fine. Hopefully this will never need to be used. Maybe at launch. Begin frame? End frame. And then everything in between is handled in between, perhaps? Well, it might just be that, coincidentally. Handle event? I think events here in this case were keyboard events, right? Oh, SDL event? Oh, never mind. Events is a lot of different things. Oh, this is like Game Maker events, dude. This is taking me back. This is like exactly like a Game Maker event. I haven't seen this sort of thing in a while. This is done in like... This isn't a game engine thing. I mean, I guess this is basically a game engine. Yeah. But this sort of thing I thought I'd have to handle a lot more myself. It just tells you when all this shit happens. I guess it's mostly sensor events. Inputs. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. That's very handy. You really don't want me touching the SDL. That's fair. I appreciate that. Game might even be based on SDL. Might be. Might be. C++ threading. Relaxed atomic operations are used when a variable will be shared between threads but no specific order is required. Oh, scary. Okay. Sorry. Handle event, begin frame. We'll have to experiment to see when the best time to do certain things are. Internet manager just pressed. Just pressed? Just released. Oh, this is massive, dude. What's this small little wrapper you've sent me? I guess these are mostly just literal wrappers. Ah. X? They're not enum inputs. Shit, you got all the way up to F15. There you go. Diagonal ratio. Is this the ratio for... Oh, you got it there. I guess a lot of this is used for control stick, huh? I wonder if I could manage dead zones and stuff. I guess that would be handled by the drivers. Alright. We'll check this another time. Most of input is from a different project. You tried to update the naming scheme and stuff to match your preference. Aren't you sweet? Damn. Okay. The input manager is a dead zone option for left-right sticks and triggers. Oh, okay, cool. We're back up at the top already. Damn. Get output. I don't know when this is used. Oh, just below. Input manager, get outputs. Is an output if it's something like a bit set of 64 bits? Is this if I want to send something to the controller? That seems silly. Like if I wanted to send vibrate as a function, you can have up to 64 actions. Or is this outputs from me to them, or is it outputs from them to me? You can have 64 actions bound to a single key. Oh wait, hang on. So we pass in one of these action enums. Get output. Okay. Sure. This provides the possible outputs tied to this action. And an output is a bit set is 64. Oh, I can find them. Fine. Explicit game? Oof. What's explicit? Like it must be ran? Program, no. Maybe get output would have been named something better. I don't know. I'm sure docs will come at some point. I suppose if I want to do a pull request for you, I could write documentation comment, or maybe that would bloat it. I was thinking that might be a nice way to provide something. If I were to document it as I read through it, and then do something for you. But then that bulks out your library, so maybe not. But then some libraries I see are nothing but comments, so I don't know. Anyway. I don't know what explicit keyword means. It doesn't tell me. File path. Oh, this is very explicit. Program file path would just be slash... whatever, doesn't matter. Build WouHou. Main font, emoji font we got rid of. Vertical FOV we got rid of. And this is the... Load a config file and do some post-launch file. Yeah, that's a good to do. Binding... Oh, a lot of these don't exist anymore. That's fine. Really what we should do to make sure we have at least everything bound to one thing is run over like a for each. Like, I don't know what you can do in C++. Do you have smart for loops? So I'm going to do like for element in... Oh, I guess you'd have auto. Is it capital A? I always guess it's not in either. Auto reference. You can do a loop in this case because how would it know what bindings you want? Well, no, just to make sure you could loop over each element of the enum action. Oh yeah, I guess so. I guess I was just gonna say you could bind it to something by default, but I guess. Well, what I could say is that we could define these somewhere else in like a constant somewhere. I guess you mentioned a config file. I was thinking we could have like some, yeah, like a constant or a macro for defaults, and we run through every single action and input manager got bind the element to, you know, I don't know, like get default input element or whatever. These are the default binds. Yeah, it works. It's the same. It's literally the same. But I like the idea because if you do it, again, I don't know the compiler options in C++, but if you do it in a for loop in Kotlin and Swift, and I thought you said C++ did this, if I were to add a new enum, it would not let me compile it until I've included it in the loop. Right? Because later on, the get whatever from this would probably have a when or a switch statement in it, something. Switch statement wouldn't compile. The for loop would. You get me? Just to make sure I don't add something and then not have it bound. Well, I'm thinking of switch statements, but like in the for loop, you'd run the function and the function would have a switch statement that would check the enum passed in. Check the action part. I mean, the action itself could even have it, maybe. I mean, you said you can't... Can you really not extend an enum from anything but in? Could we not make this extend a default? You know? Maybe not. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Whatever. Oh, we are still going. God, it's late. Whatever. Because right now I don't know what we do and what we don't have. I guess we don't have menu. We'll type in menu. We'll have, that was why I started thinking that anyway. I realized that I don't know which ones I have and haven't done. Focus attack primary and attack special I don't have. That's not it. Attack primary can be key X or Z for now. Is it going to complain because two of these have the same action? I'm just doing it using the IDE right now. If it doesn't highlight, I think that's all of them. Although move right's being done multiple times. Oh, I guess you have was. Oh yeah, I did notice that you could use the donut with both. That's handy. That's cool. I'm gonna get rid of was, by the way, because we're using the keyboard keys for this. That's cool. I like that you can do multiple stuff. Point of enums is that you can use them with the switch statements because it requires integers. Switch statement is integers that can be compiled as a jump table. Oh, like, is it work as jump too? Enum input things. Application input. Oh. Input.header papa. This one. This. Oh, this is a macro. What's the point of this? What is... See if you can guess how it works. Well, we know that I know I can define a function. So this is a function called x with the parameters name, ID, and a string, get input string. I guess this is just maybe a slap, maybe a backslash just lets you go to a new line. This is inner function. Well, this replaces... Is this a lambda? Define x. Oh wait, hang on, I'm being stupid. For every single... Oh wait, for the input. Wait, why does the define x have to be here? Why couldn't it be outside the switch statement? You can't do this in obviously you can't do this in Kotlin, but in my other languages you can't have anything in a switch statement other than case. You'd have to have it outside. So I don't particularly know why it has to be done this way, or if it has to. But you're defining x here. Name id str. Where's name coming from? I don't know. I guess it's just taking value 1, 2, and 3 of what's being passed in. And x is being executed here. Donut enum inputs. Oh. This seems really esoteric. It's undefined afterwards. Oh, I see. Exact-rows are a bit of C black magic. Remember, this runs before the compiler. Okay. This feels esoteric, but maybe it's needed for inputs for some reason. If we wanted to, I don't know. I can't imagine why you'd want to write this. It's cool. It looks cool, but esotericism, brother. That's a good name for a programming game. Esotericism. Remember that. It's to avoid writing all the case statements by hand. Can you not auto-generate the case statements? We can just do it all at the same time. Just do it like this, you know? Just highlight all the rows at once. Is that much better? It seems way more readable. I don't know how you write case in C or C++, we'll have to remember. But this is the auto-generation. Very smart. Correct. Okay. Fine. So in the game, find a bunch of keys. Soundstage dot in place. I guess that's... Why'd you call it soundstage? I guess it's the stage that you play all the sounds on. This is like a sound manager, I suppose. But you've given everything a nice... I forget what the type of design's called, but you've given it a physical, real thing, like a floppy disk for save. I can never remember the name of it. But you're calling it soundstage because it's easier to think about a big stage to play audio on, I guess, than a magical sound manager. And it means you don't have everything called something controller. Maybe. You're asking how to this a few minutes ago, now you think writing it manually would be better. What do you mean? Sorry, I'm falling asleep a bit. I've been up since 6. Forgive me. With the bindings. What is this magic? What are these magic strings? Are these from SDL? Why could these not just be one big enum? I get that you have like a human readable name here, but this is pretty human readable. Why could this not just be an enum? C++ doesn't have strings for enums. Oh yeah. Oh, this is the problem. Yeah, I remember this issue. God, that's annoying. Well, like, what's wrong with you? Sorry, can you not get the value? Oh, actually, I think this is giving me deja vu. You can't just get... This is the common workaround for that. Bloody hell. Okay, so, like, you can't just do, like... I know this is not C++, but forgive me for a second. There's no, like, raw name, right? This is a C++ moment. Like, any other language I've ever used, you can just use this raw name, this literal, like, what you've written here. You just use this as if it's a string. So you just have a big list of keystrokes. I guess, you know, for const, final, whatever the fuck. Right? And if you wanted a different name for serialization, maybe, you know, make it extend string and then give it a special, some other name in here. But ignoring that, you'd have a constructor. No, C++ doesn't have that, but it's not. It's the other languages that are new and unusual, not C++. This, with like a massive list of keys, seems like a trillion times easier for me to understand than a XC macro, but I understand that I need to learn, so I won't complain a ton, but I do think that's kind of stupid. This used to be the norm, as bad as it is. Fine. But just saying, like, you know... Just have, like... You would just have it like this, but with like a comma after everything. I mean, it's the same. It's the same thing. It's just written as a macro, so it's C++-y. That's fine. You're not defending it. Oh, okay, that's fine. Not that I'm saying, oh, that's a good or a bad thing. If a sound exists, play the main menu sound that doesn't exist. Reset. Okay, I think we've read through all of it now. Bloody hell. How did these streams always end up going on for so long? Can we build it? I don't remember if we've made any changes. What did I change? Aim up, right, left, down. I've gotten rid of a semicolon somewhere, haven't I? Have I? Aim left. Oh, I got rid of the aim stuff. Oh shit, you could aim the bunny? Oh, yeah, whatever. Yeah, no, okay. I mean, aim and hit scroll up. Okay, fine. This stuff is not what I'm here for right now. Perfect. It's building. It's red for some reason. That's fine. Let's run the program. Oh, it still runs. Impressive. It is very small. Is that too small? I guess that's a problem we'll try and solve next time. Anyway. Did you enjoy the stream today, chat? Did you like it? I think we're back in action. I think this is great progress. We're back somewhere. We've got something set up. I can trim through this some other time, sort it all out, pop stuff off in different folders, extract, refactor, start plopping in some assets and fiddling around. You liked it more than the last one. Can't believe you stuck through both of them. Jeez. That's impressive. I thanks for that. I think a lesser person would have given up about 3 hours ago. I appreciate that. See you in February. Let's go, brother. No. Oh, I just need to stretch, brother. Oh, God. Alright, well, thanks for watching the stream. I appreciate that you liked it. You watched an hour of C-Make, so you must have done something right. Oh, God. Yeah. I don't want to know what it is, but I'm happy that works. As for why this is all red, maybe it's the color scheme. Seems like a bad color scheme to me. Red seems bad. Anyway, I'm gonna head off for now. Let's see if someone's live. We'll be back on Wednesday. I think we're playing Dark Tide with Cake and Chris and Blank maybe. Spirit's live. He's playing WoW. Go give him a hello. Good night, everyone. Good background noise. Hell yeah. Less complaining, more programming. That's what I like to see. Good night, everyone. See you Wednesday. Bye-bye.